Ben Fletcher, good afternoon. 4 hours until kick-off then, and a veteran of England versus Argentina has told talkSPORT the key for the class of 2026 is to rise above the Albiceleste dark arts.
Argentina are very good at winding people up, at sort of making the most of a foul when it's against them, and you know, leaving a foot in and getting away with things. So it's really important that England again don't get drawn into a frustrated version of themselves at any point, whatever the score is.
Graham Lasso there, who was part of the France 98 squad, he reckons dealing with Lionel Messi is a two-man job. The row between Thomas Tuchel and Gabriel Clark continues over the ITV reporter's line of questioning post-Norway. Legendary broadcaster Jim Rosenthal's told talkSPORT his former colleague has done nothing wrong.
Gabriel's the best in the business at doing that by a considerable margin and has been for many years. And when Gabriel put it to him, your manager wasn't very happy overall, and he shrugged his shoulders and said, whatever, fine.
What's the message to Lionel Messi then from the England fans on the ground?
We're going to retire you. England all the way. We're going to beat them. We're going to crush them. We're going to retire Lionel Messi.
You might have won it 4 years ago and you might have had the hand of God, but we've got Bellingham.
Build up to our live commentary gets underway at 6:30 this evening. Elsewhere this afternoon, Haiti have parted company with their head coach, Sébastien Migné. Sunderland have completed the signing of 34-year-old Belgium right-back Thomas Meunier on a 2-year deal. And the ICC have revamped the format for the 2027 Men's World Cup. The field's been cut from 14 to 12 teams after a preliminary round. That means just one of the 3 lowest-ranked qualifiers will get through to the group stage. Plenty more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Police say a man's been arrested for threatening to kill Nigel Farage, and we're going to be told to stockpile food, water and medicine in case of a Russian cyber attack. More from Sinead at past.
talkSPORT weather, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction, delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Fine and dry with plenty of hot sunshine, the odd thundery shower in the southwest with low cloud along the east coast.
Afternoon, everyone. We're live in Buddies by New York and a massive semi-finals, England against Argentina. Can we shake off the demons of the past and take us to a World Cup final? Come on, England!
Regrets collect like old friends.
So it's in. Croatia go 2-1 with Mario Mandzukic. The dream, I'm afraid, is over.
Saka against Dollar on the left foot in, and it has been saved. Harry, your country is well and truly behind you. He hits it right footed. Oh, he's blasted it over the bar. With Vamo, that could be the heart-breaking moment.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Kane on the turn. Oh, what a goal! Where would England be without Harry Kane? And he scored again! It's 2 in a minute! Jude Bellingham on the double!
For the occasion, the team, everything against us, we found a way.
That was proper England.
Once you reach quarterfinals, you can go all the way.
England lead! It is Jude Bellingham again!
So proud of this team once again in a World Cup semi-final.
This is pure mentality. You can bottle it up and sell it.
World Cup semi-final playing against Argentina. It doesn't get any bigger.
Oh, we're nearly there. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to World Cup Game Day Live, and we're building up, of course, to England against Argentina in the World Cup semi-final. Adrian Dunn will bring you that one live from Atlanta straight after us. Build-up begins at 6:30 your time. It's good to see you. Good afternoon to you, Darren Bent, and would you believe Dallas and Alex Cook are alongside me as well, building up to a huge game of football. Cookie, I'll start with you. Good to see you both. I've not been this nervous about a semi since 1990, where, of course, we played Germany.
Yeah.
I was a young kid back then. I can hardly remember it. Could just about remember it there. But this is one of the biggest games England have played in the last 35, 40 years, right? This is huge this afternoon.
I think it's the biggest game that England have played in the last 60 years. I think it's the biggest game since that 1966 World Cup final, because we have a chance to take out one of the big heads. We have a chance to end Lionel Messi's World Cup journey. We have a chance to book our place in the final against Spain, which will then give us a chance to get revenge for what happened in the Euros 2 years ago. This is massive. I hardly slept last night.
So much to talk about. Just a quick word, in no particular, just a quick word. On yesterday's show, we were talking about who we would rather face in the final, France or Spain. It turns out it's Spain. And everyone here was like, yeah, we want Spain to get through because France could smash us to pieces. Now Spain have gone through and everyone's going, oh, Spain look good, actually.
But you know, even after our show yesterday, it was Natalie Sawyer, wasn't it? That was on.
Yeah.
And she was saying up until that point, we didn't know what to make of Spain because their performances had been maybe a little bit indifferent, who they played against. What they showed us yesterday is how good they are. Yeah. And they are really, really good in terms of they completely nullified anything that France tried to do. I thought to myself, right, Spain haven't really got the pace that France have got, so that caused them a problem. They completely took that out the question. They made Elise look average, Mbappe look average. Dembele had one of his poorest games. I looked at Spain yesterday and just thought, oh my goodness, like, and I got all my hands up because I said Spain, France would win 4-1. I got that completely wrong. Yeah. Spain were absolutely outstanding yesterday, and but whoever you were going to play in the final, it's going to be a tough game regardless.
Because they're in the final.
Exactly.
Yeah. How you feeling? Nervous? Excited about it? Confident? Crookie?
I wouldn't say confident, certainly nervous and excited. I had been confident until I watched that game yesterday.
Okay.
And I was all in on France, as you know. They were the favourites with the bookmakers. We're the favourites today. And then seeing what Spain did to them.
I'm confident. I'm so confident this afternoon, I really am. I spoke to my mates back home and they're all sort of like 2-1, 3-1. I just think we're going to go through. I think our name's written on it. I really do. I fancy it so much.
Do you know what's crazy? I think for England in this position, and I agree with Crookie what he said earlier about the biggest game since '66, but I think the confidence it will give the guys, because we've never beaten anyone that we're not expected to beat. Exactly. Every single time we've come up against a side that are favourites or have had a better international pedigree in terms of winning major honours and trophies, we've always faltered. France, we've faltered. This time, I think if we get past Messi, who, again, we all agree is probably the greatest player ever, if we get past Argentina, that will give everyone confidence. Like, hold on a second here, we can do this now. Spain, of course, is a completely different kettle of fish, but it's one game at a time. And I think England have got everything to beat.
Even if we did lose to Spain in the final, and I think we all fear that, this would still be a monumental moment to get to a first ever World Cup final on foreign soil.
No.
And we're going to be here amongst it. That would be huge.
No. That's no good. We need to win. Anything other than the win is bad.
So would you? So if we can't beat Spain, right? If I say to you, Spain are going to beat us in the final, would you rather go out tonight and not be in the final?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because then we go home Friday. Right, let's hear from the England manager, Thomas Tuchel, now. He's about to talkSPORT, Faker, others, about expecting a big performance against the current world champions.
Big one. We need a big statement tomorrow, of course. Otherwise, you cannot beat the reigning champions with Lionel Messi. It's a big ask, but we are ready for it. I feel the excitement, like I said. I feel the hunger. No one is satisfied yet. That's a good mix. So we feel prepared, and we will put the players on the starting line and let them go.
Listen, let's talk about the manager just briefly, Crookie. This manager we've got, Thomas Tuchel, has been brought in for this very reason, to get us past the semi-final, into a final, and to win the competition. So far, if you're going to mark him out of 10, what would you give him?
8.
Okay.
I think some of his substitutions didn't work straight away against Norway when he made those changes at half-time, but apart from that, I think his in-game management has been superb. I wasn't overly impressed with the way we qualified. Yes, we didn't concede a goal, but the football was a bit stale. But I think as we get into the knockouts now, this is where he's going to earn his corn. This is where he's going to prove he's elite. He's been there and done it. Nobody expected Chelsea to beat Manchester City in that Champions League final. And he came up with a way to get that job done. And that's what gives me confidence. I think we have probably the best manager at the tournament, him and De La Fuente.
OK. From what you've seen so far, does he have the full backing of all the players, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think every decision he's made...
Even that conversation between Jude Bellingham and Gabriel Clark?
Yeah, listen, he's still got everyone on side because they're still performing. Like, if him and Jude, regardless if him and Jude didn't get on, Jude's still putting in the performances. That tells me it's irrelevant, really. And Jude's one of those special players where he doesn't need an arm around his shoulder. And I think that's key as well, because some players, if they're not feeling the love from the manager, might go, Jude's gone, OK, it's not a problem. Like, the manager, in some respects, is irrelevant.
Yeah.
He sets up the tactics and the players, but at the same time, us on the pitch, we'll take care of what we need to do. But I think Thomas Tuchel right now is exactly where he wants to be and needs to be, which is in the semi-final. Even though we haven't played as well as we'd probably all like, For me, that's a positive.
You don't win a World Cup in the group stage.
Exactly.
No.
But we're exactly where we hoped would be.
Yeah. We are building up to, of course, the second semi-final, England against Argentina. We're only on air for 2.5 hours, and then we leave the last 90 minutes to Adrian Durham. We'll have team news in our show, so make sure you stick around for that. How are you feeling ahead of this game? What type of game can we expect then, Crookie?
I think a very different game to yesterday. Yesterday was cagey, as
Were you
we
surprised?
expected. No, I thought it'd go like that.
Okay.
Because Spain just want to dominate possession and shut down chances. I don't think either England or Argentina are particularly good defensively. They've not been so far in this tournament.
Yeah.
So I think the best form of defence is attack. I think this could be a thriller. I've gone 2-2 in normal time, and then Bellingham scores the winner in extra time.
Do you know what? I was walking to work this morning. I was having this conversation. I'll ask both of you, right? Apart from Kane and Bellingham, who else do you think, from England's perspective, has stepped up? Who's looked really, really good for England apart from those two?
I mean, I think Anderson's done well.
Yeah.
Konsa?
I think Konsa's done really well. I think Spencer played his part as well. I think he's had some really good performances, but I think it's been a really indifferent performance. Other than Kane and Bellingham, it's been a bit indifferent. Like Pickford's done well, but at times he's looked a bit shaky.
Yeah.
I think they're the only two that have been consistently very good the whole tournament. The rest, it's been like one game here, one game there, and a half here, a half there. But again, as I said, that's a positive. England haven't played well yet, not to what we know they can do, and we still find ourselves in a semi-final.
On the subject of goalkeepers, by the way.
Is this a Crookie stat?
No, but the guy at the other end, Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
Not had a great tournament.
I know, but if it goes to pens, well, Bentley fancies them rather than us.
Do you?
He's saved 9 out of his last 18.
Yeah, Pickford's pretty good at pens as well.
Like Martinez?
He won't go to pens. What are you worried about? We're winning 90 minutes.
What do you
I'm so confident we're going to win 2. I'm so confident. I just really feel our name's written on it this year. Do you not? Do you think we're going to win a World Cup, Crookie? Oh, wow, you obviously don't. Anyone over there think we're going to win a World Cup? Yes. Yeah, producer Joe, there's a couple of
I think we all expected France, and Spain went to a level yesterday that I didn't think they had. A gear that I didn't think they had, and they completely nullified. We were watching France throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah.
Going, no one can stop them. They changed that 3 for this 3. Look at the defenders, look at everything in their squad, and Spain just went. It's the best game I've ever seen Pedro Porro play.
Yeah.
He looked brilliant.
Do you think both sides left in it, Argentina and England, are happy that Spain have got through? Will they fancy it more?
I think if you'd asked them that question before yesterday, they'd have said yes, but having watched the game, maybe not.
Yeah. Okay. Right, we've got so much coming up between now and 6:30 your time. Later on in the show, we want to give you your final say. We want to hear your voice notes in the final section of our show before we hand over to Adrian Durham for commentary of England v Argentina. 0371722 3344 is the number to WhatsApp us. We want to hear your predictions and give us your best come on England as well. Lots coming up between now and 6:30. This is World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. We'll be back right after this.
Are we too late in the tournament to expect England to suddenly spark into something new?
The opposition it's like stars make fights. The oppositions make the opportunity for teams to play well. Croatia made the opportunity for England to play well because of the way they set up.
Right.
I don't think the Argentinians were set up that way. I don't think England are a particularly good side. As a unit, I don't think we're a particularly cohesive, fluid, easy on the eye side. What we are is a formidable team that you have to try and beat. We're like a dog. You've got to stamp us down. You know, there's a lot of dog in this side.
Right.
We're strong, physical side.
We're
in
strong.
The duels.
We're physical. We have an indomitable spirit. Is that going to be enough when it comes on top to beat technically better sides? Which I don't think Argentina.
No, I think
fundamentally
Tuchel
are.
knows it won't be. That's why.
Specifically, that's what I wanted to put to you, Martin, because Mike Alone in the Mail. England were played off the park by Norway for large periods and couldn't get control of the game. It was exactly as I feared. I hear a lot of people now saying it would just have to be this way, England winning ugly. Then he says, crucially, I haven't given up on England being better against Argentina on Wednesday.
No, I agree with some of that.
Are you with him in that?
Some of that I agree with, but it's about finding a way to win, and they've done that now. So this is the moment. You got in Bellingham, one of the best players in the world right now.
Oh, it's magnificent.
But you have to credit the manager for taking him to this level. We didn't have this level before from him. He started to slip in an England shirt. If you remember, Morgan Rogers was playing for large periods of the season. He wasn't, Jim. So he's got this player to boiling point. So let's not be surprised if it's a little bit tetchy, because he's trying to prove the manager wrong. But we have got the players who can win this game. There's no doubt about it. The only problem, what you're up against is a Messi who the whole team configures itself around him and they move. He can walk from box to box.
Yeah.
And what they do, he doesn't even look at the ball until he's ready. He puts his hand in the air, they give it to him, and then it's set for him. He has a picture.
Yeah.
And he has all these players in positions.
See,
They do it beautifully. That's what we're up against.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Welcome back. You are listening and watching World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, Alex Cook and Dallas the Hat, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies, total tournament satisfaction, delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. We are coming to you live from Buddy's Bar in New York. It's quite poor, I'll be honest.
I hope England start better than these.
If you are in the area, come down and we'll buy you a free beer. Still to come, we'll be joined by a man who's played 5 major tournaments for England, including 2 finals in the 2018 World Cup semi-final. Carl Walker will be on our show. Just quickly, you're like this. talkSPORT understands this is nuts. Arsenal explored the option of offering Victor Gyökeres to Atletico Madrid in order to try and bring Julian Alvarez to the Emirates.
Yeah, no, I'm happy about that.
What are you talking about?
No, listen,
Why?
Give him a second season, man. Come on, it's only been one.
No, come on.
First year, win the Premier.
It's like a trampoline on his legs. Come on.
You're better than that. No, I'd like Alvarez to come, absolutely. But
Who'd you rather have leading the line?
Yeah, Alvarez is better, but I won't chop him after 1 year. Give him time to kind of.
I can imagine how that phone call was received in Madrid. I've explored the possibility of being Mr. Universe, but that's not going to happen either.
Might do.
How far did you get? Right, let's round up all the very latest World Cup action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Right, let's take a look back at last night's action as Spain stunned France with an emphatic and easy 2-0 win, actually, to book their place in the World Cup final. We alluded to this as we came on air. Let's talk about it in a bit more detail. Spain, how good were they? Was it... They were so good... France were really bad. They made France look bad. Sum up Spain yesterday for me, Cookie.
I think Spain were very good, but France were disappointing in so many ways. And I've heard a few people on the station this morning talk about Kylian Mbappe and his performance. It was quite a selfish performance from Mbappe. It seemed more about him than it did about the team. Obviously, Elise was played out the game as well to such an extent they took him off when they were trying to get back in it. So, as good as Spain were, France were disappointing. And actually, having waxed lyrical about them all tournament, France, they weren't actually ever that good, were they? You look at the Paraguay game when they sort of snuck through.
They weren't ever that good.
Did they ever hit top gear?
Oh,
Yes.
Cookie, yeah, man. They looked amazing throughout the World
Against
Cup.
who?
Oh, most of their matches, right? When they were going forward, they looked fantastic. You don't think so? It's okay.
I think maybe now we overhyped them.
That's the first time you've said
I think
that.
maybe now we overhyped them looking at that performance yesterday.
So I don't think we did. I mean, there were games with Morocco. They absolutely made Morocco look
They did make Morocco look poor, I'll give you that one.
So you retract that statement straight away?
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
3 seconds, that statement's gone.
Yeah, they did look amazing.
They definitely did not look
Norway,
amazing yesterday.
we obviously struggled against Norway. They beat Norway 4-1.
Norway made 11 changes.
Okay, but 4-1.
But it looked good though, right?
I think it was a case of they made France look average. Like France are a good side, but Spain yesterday, even the 2 fullbacks. I said it earlier. That's the best I've seen Pedro Porro play. He was on the front.
The 2 fullbacks were excellent.
They were outstanding.
Say Rodri was above and beyond.
Yeah,
it was like a force field round him. He's incredible.
Fabian Ruiz, another one good player.
So Fabian Ruiz has won back-to-back Champions Leagues with PSG, made 49 appearances for Spain, never lost. 134, drawn 15.
Yeah.
That's some record.
And Lamine Yamal's still unbeaten now, competitively for Spain as well. I thought he looked more at it yesterday. Should have got a yellow card, by the way. Probably 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind me, what was that for?
When he went through the back of Mbappe.
Yeah, that was very nasty.
Naughty. But no, they look. I thought Spain looked
Cucurella
really
looked great.
Yeah.
I thought he looked really, really strong, Spain, just in every single area you could think of, even defensively.
They're just such a cohesive unit, and that's what England haven't really been so far.
Yeah. How would Chelsea fans feel when they look at that performance from Cucurella?
No, I think he played that out for Chelsea at times. I thought he was brilliant for Chelsea.
I thought he's been... Well, it was great yesterday. He's been brilliant in the World Cup so far.
Yeah.
That's a loss for Chelsea.
I think more how will Spurs fans feel seeing Pedro Porro play like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see just a different performance from a lot of players, because we talk about the World Cup and you step up to it. Some players haven't done that, some have.
Do you know what I feel?
He's obviously one of them.
You know, when you watch Spain, it almost feels like, yes, it's high pressure situations, but they're not feeling the pressure.
No.
Like, it's almost like they're just playing. Even look at the manager on the sideline. He's just almost just calm, collective, because he knows how good this Spain team is. And they have got superstars, Jamal and Rodri and these players, but there's no egos there.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They're all playing for each other. They're working hard for each other. And again, yesterday, I just thought, wow.
Did you see Mbappe's come out last night, so it was in the papers this morning, slagging off the manager, Didier Deschamps, saying the style in which he wanted France to play was the reason they lost that. Did you see that?
Well, that's been a problem with the French fans pretty much every tournament, even getting to the World Cup final 4 years ago. A lot of the French fans have never really fallen in love with the playing style, but I don't think you can blame the manager, other than he didn't change his tactics to respect Spain enough. Maybe there should have been another holding midfielder in there as opposed to that front 4.
Oh, but also as well, you've got to think, in a situation like that yesterday, his 3 best players didn't show up. Mbappe didn't show up. Elise, who some people said has been the player of the tournament, didn't show up. Dembele was terrible. Every time he got the ball, he kept giving it away.
Barcola was taken off as well.
Barcola was taken off. So you talk about the front 4 that we've been waxing Liverpool about all tournament. Not one of them showed up.
Well, let's stay with that theme. Let's hear from the French football expert, Eric Bilderman. He hammered Mbappe on the breakfast show this morning.
It looks like the real Mbappe is back. There is 2 Mbappe, the one who is having a mission and the one who can be positive and working and sharing and being the leader of a team. And when he loses his gift, his toy, when the toy is broken, suddenly the teenager who is part of him comes back, the one who is selfish, the one who is a bit aggressive when he gets a yellow card with the goalkeeper, the one who doesn't share hands with opponent, the one who suddenly in the last 20 minutes he knew the game was lost and he played for himself.
Yeah, I think you made some good points there, getting booked as well. I think that was just frustration when he goes over to the keeper.
100%.
He sort of puts a foot in. Do you think that Mbappe let France down?
No, I think it's harsh that. I mean, you talk about one game, and I know it's the biggest game, certainly at the minute, because it's a World Cup, of course, semi-final. But you look at Mbappe, what he's done for this tournament. Look at Mbappe last tournament. Look at Mbappe the tournament before. I think it's incredibly harsh. I get it. You could have picked faults with every single one of those players last night for France, but because he's the kind of the big personality, the leader, plays for Real Madrid, he's their best player, and he's their captain. I understand it, but I still think it's slightly harsh.
Do you know when I thought their shoulders really slumped? Actually, was when Saliba was forced off injured.
Yeah.
As a team, they almost just
you're right
at that moment.
Yeah, the body language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you worried about that being an Arsenal fan?
Potentially. I mean, you're looking at him, you're looking at Saka, you're looking at Declan. It's not great, but it's always worse. I feel like when you look at Saliba, it's worse when there's nobody near them, and then they just sit down. And you go, oh, no,
something's happened. Right?
Something's happened.
Yeah. Just a quick word about Didier Deschamps. A disappointing way for him to end his career as manager, and of course the tournament. We spoke to Frank Leboeuf yesterday, and he said that if he were to win the World Cup, he'd go down head and shoulders above anyone else. Does he still?
Yeah, I think he's still in that high bracket. I mean, he's been. You're not in charge for France for over 10 years if you're not that good. I know people spoke about the style of play and it may be not the most attractive to watch, but he's won a World Cup. He's got to a final one. And he just lost in the semi-final, which he's gutted about. That takes some doing. That takes a lot of doing, and he's got over the line. We always talk about Gareth Southgate because he got to 2 finals of the Euros, but wasn't able to get us over the line.
Yeah.
Didier Deschamps done that. So for me, he goes down as one of the greats.
Yeah, all the arrows are pointing towards Zinedine Zidane to take over. Is that going to happen? What's your understanding, being talkSPORT's chief football correspondent?
I think that's been prime for a long time. It was always the understanding that Deschamps would step down at the end of this tournament, and Zidane, who's obviously kept his powder dry when it comes to going back in at club level, would take over. Fascinating to see how that transition works out, because I think his playing style will be very different to what we saw under Didier Deschamps.
I expect it to be a little bit like, remember when he was at Madrid Cookie and he almost just let them go, didn't he? Ronaldo, Bell, just go and do it. I feel like with this France team, it's quite similar with the personalities, with the characters, the players. He'll probably tactically do a little bit, but it's go and express yourself, go and do what you need to do.
Yeah. That was a round-up with all the very latest World Cup action on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They're here for it.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
A lot of texts coming in, Bentley, asking how your headache is. You had a headache yesterday. Everything okay?
It's fine, mate. Yeah. Just remember, Church.
What? Just people who...
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Also, where's your England shirt? You're not looking very patriotic.
I nearly bought Jamaica one yesterday. Lovely that was.
Is that terrible?
Why is it terrible? Well,
look, it's England.
I'm supposed to ignore half my heritage, am I?
Well, do you want England to win?
Of course I do.
Well, that half is in the
Have you not got one of your match-worn jerseys from World Cup?
Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go.
You must have. Must have one from a major tournament. He's played it.
I agree with you. I think it's terrible you haven't got one on. Look around you. Well, he hasn't.
Finn?
He hasn't.
Nope.
She hasn't.
Yeah.
But back there,
Joe hasn't.
Joe, why haven't you got? That's terrible from you, Joe. You know what? You know what we should do, Cookie? If when we get to the final, only people wearing the England tops today should get the ticket.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Susan's giving it the big.
And
Do you know what? Sorry, no. I just mouthed what Joe said.
Good luck with that. Jeez. Right, still to come, we'll be joined by a man who's played at 5 major tournaments for England. Good luck, including 2 finals and the 2018 World Cup. Carl Walker will be on our show. First, it's time for a bit of no Googling. Make your friends today, you are, Cookie.
Absolutely.
Right, the last time England won the semi-finals of the World Cup was, of course, back in 1966 when we smashed Portugal 2-1. Who scored a double for England on that
I think I know that.
You was there.
I was a ball boy that day.
I think I know that.
Go on, what do you think he is? Go on, I won't say right or wrong. Who do you think he is?
Was he a knight?
No, just who do you think he is?
Was he a knight?
Well, why don't you just answer my question? Who do you think it was?
Well, I'm giving the answer away, though, won't I?
Oh, I won't say if you're right or wrong.
Sir Bobby Charlton.
Right, who do you think it is?
I have no idea.
Okay. You're both wrong. The answer to that coming up live on our show right after this. Actually, you're right.
Okay, you want to talk about Messi? Genuine question. Does Messi get in our team?
What do you mean?
Would you swap Bellingham for Messi?
But he's not playing there.
Okay, would you swap Kane for Messi?
He's not playing there.
Okay,
he's a right winger.
Okay, he might get in that position. But you wouldn't swap. You wouldn't swap Bellingham, would you? You wouldn't swap Bellingham for Messi. If I offered you the option now, Messi in, Bellingham
Okay,
out.
yeah, but you'd move him around, wouldn't you?
No, but if you just give you that a trade, you give them Bellingham, we get Messi. Would you do it? Nah. Would you? You unpatriotic swine.
I didn't say yes. I did say no. But you're asking.
Would you swap Kane for Messi? If that was on offer now, just for this game.
A one-off game.
This game.
A one-off game.
This game on Wednesday night in Atlanta. I'll give you the opportunity to sub off Harry Kane from our starting lineup and bring in Lionel Messi. Do you do that? Absolutely not.
I think. Oh, come on, mate.
Today,
come on.
Harry Kane is a better footballer than Messi today. I'm not saying legacy. Lionel Messi is the greatest.
Lionel Messi is the leading goal scorer.
Lionel Messi is the greatest footballer to have ever lived. No doubt.
He is the leading goal scorer in this World Cup.
In his peak, no doubt.
I know, but
Kane is better than him today, isn't he?
I don't think you can say that.
There is a wane to Lionel.
I don't think
Messi, Lionel Messi, 08. If we're having this conversation,
yeah,
we're having this conversation 09. When he destroyed Man United in
Messi
Rome.
play in this World Cup?
Yeah, I thought he was exceptional. I thought he was exceptional.
Did you watch Harry Kane against Norway? He didn't have his greatest game, did he?
No, he didn't. No, he
Dead
didn't.
on his feet. Come on.
Look at his goals against Congo.
No, but look at Messi's goals in the tournament.
Okay, I'll give you the option now.
All right,
cards on the table?
All right, go on.
Would you rather have Harry Kane in your starting lineup on Wednesday night or Lionel Messi?
I'm not answering that question because it's
Would you rather?
I'm not answering that question.
Okay, would you rather have Jude Bellingham or Lionel Messi? I can't believe it.
I just don't like. I can't answer that question.
The German leading England. It all sounds a little bit odd, but as Thomas Tuchel tries to bring football home, here's how he ended up in one of the most scrutinised jobs in sport. Well, Tuchel started his footballing journey in the sleepy town of Krimbach. His leadership skills were obvious from an early age, with Tuchel even making subs during PE volleyball sessions. After a knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart U setup in 2000. He led the club's under-19s to their league title 5 years later, but his perceived abrasive personality meant Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract. He went on to spend 5 years at the helm at Mainz before leaving the club for Dortmund. And there, Tuchel secured his first major trophy, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more pieces of silverware came next for Tuchel in just 5 seasons at PSG, Chelsea and Bayern Munich. And that CV impressed the top brass at the FA.
We found so many similarities and so many things that suited my approach and my hunger to achieve special things. I always wanted to come back to England.
Well, he says all the right things, but is destiny on Tuchel's side?
Big thanks to Classic Football Shirts for my Paul Gascoigne 1996 England shirt I'm wearing today. Beautiful shirt. Before the break, I asked a question. Last time England won the semi-finals of the World Cup, of course, back in '66. Smashed Portugal 2-1. Who scored a double that day? It was
Sir Bobby.
I'll give you an extra 10 points if you can name the starting 11 in the final. You fancy it?
No.
I reckon I could do
Banks.
it. Banks in goal. Left back and right back. Cohen, Wilson, Jack Charlton, Alan Ball.
Where's Bobby at?
Hold on, Bobby Moore.
Nobby Stiles?
Mike Peters, Nobby Stiles.
Jeff Hurst.
Jeff Hurst.
Was that 11?
Run out of fingers.
It was about 8.
Right. Still to come, we'll be joined by a man who made 81 England appearances, won 6 Premier League titles, former Man United defender. Rio Ferdinand will be on our show. How about that?
Proper legend.
If you're a proper... Oh, you're having a proper Bentley there. He's going for you, Dave. What's all that about, D? Why is he going for you?
Yeah, you know,
the best mates.
Really. You should be lucky. Joe just saved your career. Right. If you're near a smart TV or you can get to YouTube, now's the time to do it, because Alex Crook, Dallas the Hat and Darren Bent took themselves down to a baseball batting cage in the centre of New York yesterday evening. Shall we see how they got on? Shall we see? No, you got to say yes. Shall we see? Yeah. Useless. Play the tape.
Hello, Ben. Are you all right, mate?
Crookie, where you at, man? I've just got to the baseball place.
Yeah, no, I'm here already. I'm waiting by the machine. Meet me there.
What do you mean you're by the machine? I'm walking in now. I'm looking at the machine now. Oh, the vending machine. Oh, that nice one, mate. The machine's over there, mate.
Hey? This is... No? Oh, that machine. Okay, so we all know Benty's a massive American sports fan. He's going to try his hand in the cage here, a bit of baseball batting.
You know what? In all this, right? You know what I feel like? Remember that great film, The Warriors?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I don't watch films.
Classic film Warriors, watch it. I feel like I'm part of that baseball gang. But yeah, I'm ready to go. You can have a go.
So, I'll have a go, but how many shots do you think before you get your eye in and you're actually going to hit one?
I'm telling you,
what ball?
The very first one, I'm hitting it.
You're hitting the first one?
Bang.
Okay. There you go. He's going to hit the first one.
Saw the first one. Lovely.
I think you've got to follow through more, mate.
Yeah, we'll go forward a bit more.
You've got to follow through.
That one went.
Like that.
Yes! There we go. Oh my goodness, that was massive. Huge. Thank you.
What's the stance? How do you hold the bat?
Have you ever seen a bigger helmet? Well, sorry. Then you've got to choke the bat, choke it.
What do you mean choke it?
Get it up in there.
Right.
And then swing through it. There you go.
Like that?
Yeah. Well, that's how you swing. Do you know what? This is going to be gold.
This is going to be horrendous. This is going to be about him, not me.
Gee whiz, honestly. Crookie, you got to swing, mate.
Yeah, but when should I be swinging?
When it's on the way. Look at the state of this. Look at the state of this. Alex Crook, look at the state of this.
That actually hurt.
Come on, Crookie. Look at this, honestly. Sportsman. And I thought the way you started was embarrassing, but the way you ended, I thought you done really well.
Yeah?
And I hate giving you any praise.
Which bit's going to get played out on drive, though?
What do you think?
The start or the end? No, you've got to give it balance.
Okay, the first 6 or 7 was horrendous.
Yeah, and then the coach told me what to do.
And you did it?
Yeah.
Listen to instructions?
Yeah.
Try that at work.
But you were good, to be fair. Annoyingly good.
No, but I heard a few slide comments, though, like about football career, I'm better at this.
Well, yeah, I think you were more prolific there. Yeah. And actually, if you look, there's trophies over there. Do you want to go and hold one up? You know what it feels like.
A round of applause, please, for both participants.
Can I just say?
No.
Can I just say?
You need to say a lot.
It's really disappointing, but this is where producer Ryan's World Cup journey ends. Ooh. He will be leaving the apartment this afternoon.
Why?
Because I actually hit 6 or 7 good shots.
Kids were like that, 6, 7.
And none of them were included in the edit.
Why are you hitting it like? Obviously, if people are listening to this on the radio, they said hitting it like a cricket bat.
I was, but once I
coming down
changed
under
that
it,
and I started coming up over it, Benty.
Yeah, he was better, but the first 5 or 6 were.
It's a shame because Ryan's had a good journey to this point.
Oh, it's bitter, isn't he?
I mean, I love you, Crookie. I don't think sport is is anything to do with your body. Your arms are swinging, but your body's not moving in the right direction.
There's not a lot of coordination there.
No,
what about his throw?
Was that real?
No, I was.
No, he wasn't. That was his throw.
You look good. You did well.
Yeah.
Was it tough? What sort of speed the ball's coming at you?
65 was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And usually they're what, 110 in that game?
Nah, sometimes around the 100 mark, I think.
Oh, okay. I was only 10 off.
Yeah,
65.
By the way, your acting at the beginning is appalling, both of you. Where's the vending machine? Where's the machine? So bad. So bad. But you enjoyed it, yeah? It was good.
Why don't you come?
What was I doing yesterday? I did a bit of shopping.
Yeah, why don't you come and,
People want to see you two do it.
They want to see you. You're the pilot.
No. I don't want to see the pilot, actually. I'll be swinging, be going for 6s and everything. Right, let's take a look at tonight's huge semi-final. Let's hear from the England captain, Harry Kane, explain just how big this game is.
World Cup semi-final playing against Argentina, the reigning world champions. It doesn't get any bigger. So when you had dreams as a kid growing up or playing in a World Cup, playing in big games, this is exactly what you dreamed about. And why not be excited for it? You know, it will be tough. Yeah, the pressure will come. All these things will come along with it. But ultimately, this is why we play. This is why we work so hard. This is why we're away from the families. This is why all those things that we dedicate. This is exactly the reason to have special nights like we can have on Wednesday. So I think it's good to appreciate and acknowledge what we're going into and the team we're playing. It will be tough, but ultimately we're one of the best teams in the world, so we have nothing to fear.
Crookie, put them in order for me. England, Scotland, England, Germany, England, Argentina. Rank them. What's the biggest one?
This might now be the biggest one, you know.
You think so?
I think when you look at what's happened since '86, France '98, obviously Beckham getting revenge 4 years later. You've got the political side of it as well. I think this is probably the biggest grudge match in football.
When you were wearing the England shirt, which one did you feel was the biggest?
I mean, I'm playing against Germany in Germany. That was pretty.
Did you?
Yeah, that was kind of tough.
Was that the 5-1? No.
No, that was way before my time, Cookie.
You know he wasn't in that, Cookie. What was your score?
I think we won. 2-1, maybe 3-1.
Score?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it was a...
Play?
Yeah, that was a big one. That was quite a big one as well.
Do you feel any different when you're lining up against Germany, knowing how big that game is?
Not really. I always felt like whatever game it was, it could be even a friendly. Every single time you stood on that touchline, maybe with people with more experience, more caps, that have been to major tournaments, that have played in friendlies, maybe their thought process was different. But mine, every single time I stepped for any game for England, it was always big pressure.
Harry Kane, England captain, big game for him, right? Because when Benny and I have taken many calls on Harry Kane, and you'll always get people, that throw
even now you get it.
I just don't get it. He never steps up in the big games. If his World Cup were to end tonight, does he still not step up in big games? Has he proved the doubters wrong, do you think, so far up to this point or not?
I think so. Obviously, it's not the same level of opposition, but he literally dragged us through against DR Congo. You boys wouldn't have been here but for Harry Kane. And pressure penalty in the Azteca, never any doubt he was going to score. I don't think it's a shootout between Kane and Messi tonight, though.
You don't?
I think it's a shootout between Messi and Bellingham. I think if England are going to get to this final, Bellingham is going to be the driving force.
It's interesting you said that. I read an article this morning, actually, I think it was in the Times, where apparently Argentina have picked out the two key players they've got to keep an eye on, and it's not Kane, it's not Bellingham, it's Rice and it's Anderson, apparently.
Really?
That's what's coming out of their camp. Would you agree with that or not?
No, I'd still say Bellingham's the one, and he's the guy that can make things happen. He can score the goals, he can create all energy, and Kane's the finisher. But I am intrigued to see what England are going to do with Messi, because it's a factor. Because he's maybe not got the legs he once had in terms of for full 90, but he just pops up in little areas. Now,
did you try and man mark him? Did you get Declan Rice to do a man marking job?
I thought this.
Great question.
Messi's one of those intelligent footballers, and we're just going to stand on the touchline. Now, the last thing you want is to take Declan or Elliot Anderson out on the touchline, because then you've got a big gap in the middle. And this is where I'm fascinated.
Yeah, but then you don't have Messi in that big gap.
Yeah, but then they've got other good players. Alvarez drops in there, or Martinez drops in there.
If we were playing chess, right, and you can take a queen for a queen, I'm getting rid of Messi, and I'm getting rid of Declan Rice. I would man mark. I mean, what do I know, right? I would definitely stick someone on him for 90 minutes.
Again, obviously, it's not a conversation about Manchester United, but you remember when Sir Alex Ferguson used to go into a big Champions League game, he would always play a Park or a Phil Neville in midfield to try and negate the opposition's best player.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, because I think Messi, he is a factor regardless.
Oh my!
And it's going to be a completely different test than the Haaland one, because Haaland was waiting for the service, it never really came. So he was almost he was a non-factor. Messi's not. Every single time they win the ball back in transition, that their first pass or thought process is, where's Messi? Bang! And if you haven't got anyone on him, it's going to be a long 90 minutes for England if you don't get someone close to him. Every single time someone gives him the ball, he needs to have an England player at least 2 yards there, ready to go with him.
Do we not need to take advantage of the fact that I've watched a couple of Argentina's games in the stadium in this World Cup? Off the ball, he's a passenger.
Yeah.
He walks. Do we not need to take advantage of the fact that effectively when we've got the ball, Argentina are playing with 9
Well, Haaland does that, right? Haaland does that. He literally just walks about and then all of a sudden gets the ball, bang, goal.
I think Messi's just different, because it looks like he's doing nothing, and defensively he probably is doing nothing, but he's so intelligent in terms of where he just pops up without the ball.
Could tonight be his last ever World Cup game, Cookie?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't think he'll play in another one? This could be it. His last ever World Cup match could be against England.
I think he might look at Ronaldo and his lack of impact on this tournament and think, do I really want to be that player in 4 years' time?
Yeah, potentially.
I think there is a game in the next World Cup in Argentina, right? You've got one in Argentina, one in Uruguay before it goes.
Is the next Euros in Portugal?
The next Euros is Spain and Portugal, yeah.
So he'll be there for that one.
Yeah.
Well, Messi won't, because he's Argentinian.
No, I'm talking about Ronaldo.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Next World Cup is Spain and Portugal. Next
Euros is on home soil.
It's home soil, yeah.
No, listen, he's not someone who's had to rely on his pace, Messi. So he's still sharp enough for over 10 yards.
He'll be 41 when by the time the next World Cup comes around.
Yeah.
I think that's a big ask.
enough.
What?
Do you?
He's 39, he's 39 now, isn't he?
But he's 37, isn't he?
I thought he was 39.
37.
I think he's 39.
He's 39.
39. He's just turned 39. Literally, that's 37 like a minute ago now.
That's why I'm the full.
So he's not going to play the World Cup at 43, is he?
I don't know, because there's a game in Argentina. He might.
I can't see it. Where's he going to be playing club football at 43?
He doesn't need to play club football. He could just be on his armchair and they just come on. We got a game. Let's hear from the England manager Thomas Tuchel. Also been speaking to talkSPORT about the tension members of the media seem to be creating him and Jude Bellingham.
Wonder who blows these things up, huh? No. So there is nothing to blow up, and if it's blown up in the media, of course. Like what you expect of a player that just played 120 minutes and gave literally everything. If you shorten the comment of his coach, if you don't tell him that he was world class, if you don't tell him that he has world class actions, if you just cut all this and tell him, oh, your coach said you were sloppy, what do you expect? Of course you get the comment that you get, and then you try to blow it up and try to create and then people try to create misunderstandings and cracks where no cracks are. We come from the same place. We come from being competitive, and I'm a competitive coach. I push this team to the limit, and that was my assessment. And like I said, I think the question was unfair in this moment of time towards Jude, because he cut all the compliments out of my assessment and just asked about the critical points. So I can understand what you expect of a player that just gave everything and stands there in front of a microphone in a flash interview. It's just what it is. But we're close as ever, and close more than ever before. So you can see that on the field. Energy and mentality in camp is excellent through the last days, and we're ready to go for it tomorrow.
Cookie, how important is the relationship between Bellingham and Thomas Tuchel for England's success, do you think?
I'm not overfussed by it.
You're not?
I said yesterday, they obviously don't love each other, but you've been in dressing rooms where you don't necessarily see eye to eye with the manager. I think when Bellingham goes out on the pitch, he's playing for himself, he's playing for his country. Not sure he's that worried about who's in the dugout, to be honest.
Agreed. I think it's a mutual respect. They don't have to be best friends, but Thomas Tuchel respects what Jude can do on the pitch, and Jude respects Thomas Tuchel what he does in the dugout. And I think sometimes you get relationships like that, and it just works.
Yeah, I really do like his attitude, Jude Bellingham. I mean, he wears his heart on his sleeve. Yeah. He says exactly how he feels. I think that's so important for England players. We don't really get that a lot, do we?
No, but he's going to have to challenge it tonight, because they're going to bring out the dark arts, Argentina. We've got an all-American officiating team.
Yeah. Does that matter?
They have benefited Argentina from some decisions along the way.
Okay.
So England have got to channel it, you know. And Bellingham is a player, as you say, plays with passion.
Do you think it'll be a fair
we don't
game?
want another Beckham moment tonight, do we?
Do you think it'll be a fair game?
No, I think we're going to be on the wrong end of some dubious decisions.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
So we've got to beat them and the officials tonight. Do you agree with that?
In some respects, but at the same time, just don't let the officials don't give them any reason to kind of officiate the game. Just do what you need to do, play the game, and do you know what I mean, you can win. I think England, player for player, are better than Argentina.
Okay. We had a man sent off against Mexico. We're going to have one tonight, do you think?
I have predicted a red card in the game.
You?
Yeah.
What, an English one? Or just a red card?
A red card.
Okay. All right, well, listen, I said earlier on that we want to hear from you. We've got Crookie, we've got Cole, we've got Rio Ferdinand joining us. I can't believe I put you in the same sentence, but hey-ho. We want to hear from you this afternoon, 0371 722 334. You can call up, you can speak to us live, or you can send us a voice note, and we'll play it a bit later on in the show. Not long to go before we hand over to Adrian Durham. Live commentary of the second semi-final, England against Argentina, will be live right here on talkSPORT.
I was convinced by the hype train of France, and Spain, as you've said, sorry to steal it from you, have suffocated them for 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And look, I don't think you need to either apologise or acknowledge that you got it wrong. I am the very definition of a broken clock being right twice a day. I thought Spain were going to win. I know how brilliant they are, and it's that control that they put into a game. It's that control. They don't let you breathe. They don't allow you any sort of momentum, and you can't get the ball off them. Like, if you think about England, like, the reason why I was so convinced Spain were going to win is because I was looking at this final, and I was looking at it perhaps prematurely through the lens of who I want England to play.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, who are England more likely to beat? and I was convinced that we're more likely to beat France. I'd kind of concede that we'd be underdogs against Spain or France. But I think our game would be more suited to beating France.
See, I disagree. I'd have rather played Spain, and maybe I've been hoodwinked by the fact that they drew against Cape Verde in the opening game. That they had Saudi Arabia, they're obviously going to beat them. They beat 10-man Uruguay 1-0. Uruguay stunk the place out. Marcelo Bielsa's destroyed and ruined his legacy.
Do you not just go back immediately to what happened in Berlin? When they were just too good for us.
Because I look at it and I think, this is the FA. I bet the FA are rubbing their hands at the prospect of potentially, we're not jinxing it, potentially playing Spain in a final, because it would vindicate their decision to hire Thomas Tuchel. There was lots of controversy about having a German in the seat, and I think he's got what it takes. He's got what Southgate didn't. Southgate's done amazing things. I believe we're standing on the shoulders of a giant in Southgate, what he did for England. But I think Tuchel's got the tactical nous and that edge and that aggression and that fight to get one over someone like Spain, whereas I thought France were going to be too much. But maybe I'm wrong.
Ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to World Cup Game Day on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, Alex Crook and Dallas the Hat alongside, brought to you by Enterprise Rent a Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it. We are coming. Oh, it's so noisy in here. We're coming to you live from Buddies by New York. Oh my, come on! Jeez, how terrible they are. There's a good few people there. Still to come, we'll be heading to Atlanta to speak to talkSPORT's host of Live for wagering down ahead of the big one. England take on Argentina in the World Cup semi-final. Who's going to win? Shut up, you lot. Right, let's take a look at the latest odds with Bet365. Useless they are today.
On the ball, on talkSPORT with Bet365. Get your money back in free bets if your bet builder doesn't come in on tonight's England game. Max free bet varies per customer. Bet restrictions and T's and C's apply. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
He's got teeth. He goes by the name of Steve Freeth. He joins us from Bet365. Hello, Steve.
I've only got a few left, Andy, at my age, to be honest, but I'll keep going. All good, thank you.
No, it's just a fact. Good to speak to you, as always. Right, let's start with the latest outright odds to win the World Cup and the match odds for England v Argentina tonight.
Yeah, sure, Andy. Listen, it was a big result last night for the bookmakers with Lamine Yamal and Mbappe both failing to have a shot on target. And we saw Spain go from 3-1 to 4-6 favourites, with England at 3-1 and Argentina 4-1 in the outright. And there's money for England to win this evening in 90 minutes. England are 13-8, Argentina are 21-10, and the game is just 7-2 to be decided by penalties.
So you've got Messi, Alvarez, Kane, Bellingham all in action. First goal scorer odds?
Yeah, first down, our super boost tonight is Messi, Kane and Bellingham all to have a shot on target at 8-5. And let's see if the big dogs do turn up tonight, because they didn't last night, did they? Kane and Messi are both 9-2 to score first, and there's a big jump for Alvarez, who's 15-2 to break the deadlock. Jude Bellingham is becoming hugely popular game by game, as you'd expect, of course. He's 8-1 to score first, 22-1 for another brace, and 14-1 to score from outside the box.
Let's move on to the Golden Boot odds. How have they changed with Mbappe going out? And what's the magic number at the moment? Is it 8?
Yeah, it's 8. There's 2 of them on 8, Andy. Messi and Mbappe are both on 8, of course. But Mbappe is drifting because he's out. But there is the 3rd and 4th playoff on Saturday night, so it's not over yet. But Messi, with the game to come, he's 8-11 favourite. Kane is 8-1. Bellingham, we've cut him even from last night because of his goals so far. He's on 6. He's been cut since the Mexico game from 250-1 into 12-1.
And odds on a red card tonight, England-Argentina?
Yes, I heard Crocky talking there about his thoughts on it. Well, listen, we are 4-1 for a red card this evening in 90 minutes, and I know there's Ismail Elfaf is the referee. He's issued 1 card already. It's 50-1 for both sides to see a red, and normally death, taxes, 3 things are certain in life: death, taxes, and a Christian Romero yellow card. It hasn't happened so far in this World Cup, which is quite hard to believe. He's 10-1 to be booked first, he's 2-1 to be booked, and he's 33-1 to see red. Jude Bellingham is 40-1 to see red. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen.
Steve, before we let you go, I expected to see you in an England shirt today. What's going on there?
Yes, I have one with my birthday on the back, 40, and then because I live in Stone, you see, they put stone underneath, so 40 stone. So I didn't really want to wear that. I feel quite embarrassed by it, to be honest.
All right, you know we can only see the front of you.
Yes, exactly that, mate. It was on the front as well.
Turn around, we'll see the back of you. Yeah. Steve, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
And you love stitching me up. Thanks, pal.
No, we're doing me. Thanks, man. Those were the latest odds with Bet365. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
On the ball on talkSPORT with Bet365. Get your money back in free bets if your bet builder doesn't come in on tonight's England game. Max free bet varies per customer. Bet restrictions and T's and C's apply. 18 plus gamblerware.org.
Talking to 40 stone, Cookie, we get...
Jeez, honestly.
we have to let you go, I'm afraid.
I thought that was my best section, by the way, that last one.
You did really
Made a load of good points there.
Why were you asked to come back and stand next to me?
Ask the producer.
You just held a microphone.
I think just to make you two look better.
Well done to you.
Anyway, the good news is, the bar's open, it's midday. I'm going to have a nerve-settling Guinness now and watch the rest of the show.
Okay, we might need you back a bit later on when team news comes out.
Yes.
Is that all right?
And maybe for a quiz?
Maybe for... Don't give it all away. What's the matter with him? Hey, why would you do that? I can tell why Ryan needs a new partner. This is a round of applause for Alex Cook and Dallas. Yeah, good work. We're going to have a quick break. Only an hour and a half left of our show. Because we're on only for 2.5 hours today. Why is that? I tell you why. Because we're building up to live commentary on talkSPORT. England take on Argentina. If you want to have your say, you can pick up the phone, dial in. We would love to hear from you this afternoon. 03717223334. You're watching and listening World Cup Game Day Live. We are live at Buddy's Bar in New York. If you're about, come down, come say hello. More from me and DB right after this.
I think I was sat next to Fatboy Slim.
Performance of the tournament. France absolutely didn't do anything.
Hope they
had a
whimper.
nightmare performance. Yeah, whimper without no fight. But Spain, wow, that was watching Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. That was the way they were popping that ball past France to death. France couldn't handle the passing style of Spain. They weren't pressing as a team. You saw a team there in Spain, and you saw France with superstars that all had a nightmare of a game. And very poor performance from France. I'm sure they're going to be getting a lot of stick. Luckily, we got Emmanuel Petit on at the end of the show, and he's going to be thinking to himself, didn't see that coming.
I couldn't stop thinking about Manu last night.
Yeah,
I thought, oh my, even the show yesterday, I felt that we had such a build-up in favour of France. Have we completely underestimated Spain?
We've underestimated them, but rightly so in the sense of their performances in this tournament. You know, they haven't performed to the level they did last night. Sometimes we talk at start of tournaments that it's not about how you start a tournament, it's how you end them. And Spain have proved that. Drawing 0-0 to Cape Verde, and some of their performances haven't been exciting. Even the win over Portugal wasn't their greatest performance.
Yeah.
But they've kept their best form for the semi-finals, so it's going to be a scary final whoever plays Spain. Because the way Rodri and Fabian Ruiz controlled that game, Cucurella looked like the best left-back in the world last night. The way he kept Elise quiet, that was a shadow of Elise we've seen this whole tournament. Dembele, Mbappe, Barcola, Doué, they had nothing for an organised Spanish side.
Really, I was in shock.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us just couldn't believe what and we shouldn't be, because it's Spain. They're the current European champions.
This might be the most iconic image in English sporting history, the moment Bobby Moore lifted the World Cup. It meant the flag of St George could forever be draped on the Jules Rimet, and Moore would be a hero always, despite the twists and turns of his eventful World Cup career. Bobby Moore went to the World Cup in 1962, but didn't play a single game. A year later, though, he was made England captain, leading the side as they built up to 66. But Moore might never have played in the tournament. He was in a contract dispute with West Ham and was technically a free agent. And an FA rule meant free agents were ineligible to play for England. Sir Alf Ramsey stepped in and forced West Ham and Moore to sign a deal. Phew. Then, when the final came around, Moore might not have played in that either. According to Sir Geoff Hurst's autobiography, he overheard Sir Alf discussing the idea of dropping Moore in favour of Norman Hunter to help deal with the German attack. But he stuck with Moore and didn't live to regret it. 4 years later, Moore was shrouded in controversy. On a pre-tournament team trip to Colombia, he was arrested, accused of stealing a bracelet from a gift shop, and placed under house arrest for 4 days. Perhaps the most famous match of that tournament was England's group game against Brazil, in which he made what's still described as the perfect tackle. It's so beautiful. After the game, another iconic image. The quarter-final defeat to West Germany would be his last World Cup match. England failed to qualify in '74 and Moore stepped away, leaving the most incredible legacy. He was made an inaugural inductee to the English Football Hall of Fame in 2002, and in 2007 this statue was unveiled of Moore outside the new Wembley Stadium. It was described as the finishing touch.
Welcome back to our number 2 World Cup game down talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. Still to come, we're going to be joined by a man who made 81 England appearances, won 6 Premier League titles, former Man United defender, the legend that is Rio Ferdinand will be on our show. But now, time to get all the very latest from the England camp with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
On England's Corner, on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Rodgers coming onto it, right footing, good try, spilled by the goalkeeper, and bundled in. England lead, it is Jude Bellingham again.
Thank you very much.
you've got us an exciting game come Wednesday.
It's no mentality problem. This is pure mentality. You can bottle it up and sell it.
I think they're certainly beatable. Players, but at times as a unit, they look all over the place.
I'm quietly confident, you know. I think we've got enough to win it.
I think we batter.
Who?
Argentina.
What's battering?
Like 2-0, comfortable.
Harry, your country needs you here. You've got to put this away. Right footed, he has!
We can reach a World Cup final for the first time in 60 years. We have to believe.
World Cup semi-final playing against Argentina, the reigning world champions. It doesn't get any bigger. We're one of the best teams in the world, so we have nothing to fear.
Are you ready to make history? Are you ready to be immortal?
Who knows what's going to happen in the next tournaments? This could be it.
Goosebumps now. England face Argentina in the World Cup semi-final. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT. Build-up begins straight after us. Adrian Darren brings you that one. Alongside him tonight on comms duty, former England captain Stuart Pearce and Jim Proudfoot. Coverage begins at the earlier time of 6:30. Straight after us, we finish at 6:30. Kickoff is 8 p.m. Right, let's welcome another superstar to the show. It's a man who represented England at 5 major tournaments, won 6 Premier League titles, and knows exactly what it's like to face Lionel Messi. It's none other than England superstar. It's Carl Walker. Carl Walker, good afternoon to you.
How are you? You all right?
We're good. We're very well. Where do we find you? Where are you in the world today?
I'm in Salt Lake now. We've got a game tonight, which is the last game of the pre-season tour. 7 hours behind the UK time, so I'm just catching up to speed with everything before the game.
How excited are you? Is it a different nervousness to the one if you were sat in the dressing room waiting to go out?
Yeah, 100%. I'm very excited. I think this is a great opportunity for the lads to obviously go and make history here and become, like we've just heard there, the first team since 1966 to make a World Cup final. But it's against a tough Argentinian team with probably the best player ever to grace football.
Carl, how will they be feeling now? Obviously, preparation a little bit of time before the game. How will they be feeling?
I think what you do, Bent, is you go through your normal routine. You go through what you're used to on a match day. Obviously, you play the occasion a little bit, but you don't let the occasion grab hold of you. So I think it's important that they just concentrate on what they need to do and what the managers obviously set out for them to do in the next game and go from there.
Carl, I was reading a newspaper article this morning. I'm sure it was you talking about playing against Messi. Is that right?
Could be. Could have been. I've played against him a few times, yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about nicking his shirt after the game?
Yeah, I was very fortunate enough to play PSG 3 years in a row at Man City, and each year I kind of took Neymar's and Mbappe's, and then I finally got Messi's in the last one, so it weren't a bad collection to have.
What? It's not bad at all. Bet his eyes lit up there. What? Just try and explain and describe to us what it's like, not necessarily being on the same pitch as Messi, but watching him do what he does that no one else can do. What is that like?
I think as a football fan, it's a joy. Obviously, when you're on the opposite team, you kind of want him not to do that because you want to get the victory. But at the Parc de France, he stepped up again. I think he played a quick 1-2 around someone and then bent it into the top corner, and you kind of think, well, we've done so well for 70 odd minutes, and then all of a sudden he's gone and stuck one in the top bin. But I think that's just what he seems to do game after game, year after year, where people are saying about his age and stuff like this, but I don't think it really matters to him.
Carl, has it even surprised you, though, how the impact he's had on this World Cup? Because I thought 39 coming into it, what impact would he really have? And the fact that he's obviously top goal scorer in the competition, has he even surprised you?
Yeah, of course. I think at his age, you don't really expect someone to be doing or pulling off the stats that he's kind of done in this World Cup. But I feel that leading them to another World Cup final is probably going to be one of the top on his list, to retain this, great competition again for I think the first time in a long time that a nation's been able to do that. I think that's what's going to give him the motivation. But he's coming against a good England team.
Carl, just 3 teams left now in the World Cup. I really fancy England to go all the way. Don't ask me why. I don't really know, but I just fancy it. How do you feel our chances look?
I think we've got a really good chance of getting into the final. I feel we've got better side of the draw. You know, you looked at the other teams on the other side with the Portugals, Spains, and France being the standouts in them. I think it would have been a different road to the final if we were on the other side of the group. But Argentina they're no mugs. They've got good players in all good areas, and it's going to be a tough test. But I feel that if we can get to the final, that's obviously going to be a little bit more of a tougher game against a very, very good Spain side that we saw yesterday.
Carl, do you think if England are going to get to the World Cup final, I know it's quite simple to say, but do you think it will be off the back of Jude or Harry Kane?
Of course, we've lent on them the whole tournament when things haven't been going well, or when we need a big place to step up in certain occasions. It's normally been them two with Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. So I feel for us to get to the final, it's definitely been down to them, but it's still one more game that we need to lean on them again and make sure that we can book our ticket there in the final.
We saw Reece James come on for England in the last match. Didn't play in his normal right back position to begin with, went just in front of the back four and then reverted back to right back. What have you made of him? Because when he is fit, I think he's just unstoppable. He's so important to England. What did you make of the fact that he came on and didn't play right back to begin with, and Kobbie Mainoo was left on the bench?
I don't really get it, because obviously Kobbie's been brought there to play in that role. Obviously he's probably looking at it and thinking, okay, Elliott and Decker's being the standout or the starting two midfielders in that, and then Jordan Henderson picks up the freak injury, celebrating too hardly against Mexico, and Kobbie's probably going to be sat there thinking, when do I get a chance? Because Reece James is now coming on as a centre midfielder in front of me. But as you just said there, Reece is a phenomenal player. He's played in centre midfield for Chelsea, and he's well equipped in doing that. But I think as Kobbie, I would be thinking, well, what do I need to do to get into the team?
Carl, we saw in the last game as well the changes in the back four, and to be fair, the substitutes that come on, Dan Burns had a big impact. John Stones came to the starting 11 for the last game against Norway. What would your back four be? If everyone's fit, who are you going with?
I think it's difficult now, Benny, because you have to look at it and think they had a really good game the last game they went out there. Do you change your back four going into a semi-final? But all of a sudden you need to fit Reece James into there in some way, but then someone else is going to miss out. So I think he's got a little bit of a difficult decision, that he's had all tournament with the centre-half pairing and what he feels that is the best centre-half pairing, but now, you know, people have stepped up into people being injured and stuff like that. I think it's a really tough decision for him, but I'd probably have to play Reece, but I think it's very sad for me to say that, because one of them's going to have to miss out.
He is, and John Stones coming in. I mean, you know John really, really well. Still not got a club yet. I think we saw, certainly against Norway, that he still can play at the highest of levels. Do you expect him to sort out his future quite soon? And what type of level do you think he should be going in at?
I think John's probably going to want to get this World Cup out of the way. You know, it's a massive game today, and hopefully even bigger game on Sunday. I think after that he'll probably decide his future and what he wants to do that's best for him and his family, and best for his football, more importantly. But you've just seen there in, you know, the last game just what John Stones can offer, you know, still for football in general. That he's a fantastic player and he deserves to be able to pick where he wants to go.
Carl, we've got you for another section, is that right?
I believe so, yeah.
We have indeed, so stay where you are. I've got some interesting news coming up in just a sec. Stay where you are. That was a look at all the very latest in the England camp with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They're here for it.
On England's Corner on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Right, more from Carl Walker in just a moment, but stop what you're doing, because, of course, the game kicks off in just under 3 hours' time. Usually you get team news about an hour and a half before. We have got it. talkSPORT understands we've got the team news. There's a few big names that aren't in it and a few that are. Alex Crook will be joining us in just a moment. Team news ahead of the rest of the world right after this on talkSPORT.
couldn't get anywhere near Spain, could they, in the midfield? Do you think that the manager should have made a change at half-time? Maybe Digne come off for Hernandez, and also maybe an extra midfielder come on for an attacker?
Well, the fact that Rabiot left at the half-time because he received straight away, yellow card. He was probably our best player on the pitch for the first 45 minutes. But anyway, you could have changed the entire team, against Spain in the half-time. It would have changed nothing. So I think we looked so nervous, so far away from our level. Tactically and technically, we were so poor. Credit to Spain. They really deserve to win. They play really well. I thought that we were different with what happened, 4 years ago. But it was kind of the same game, and they control everything. We had no inspiration, no creativity, no personality, and it was so sad to watch them because I had the feeling watching the game that it was kind of the same game against Morocco, But
you know what was baffling me, Emmanuel, was whenever you won the ball back, just give the ball away cheaply. Everybody was. No shots on target.
We were so far away from each other, Yeah. So, I think tactically we lost the game, but technically as well, we were so poor, But we looked so nervous. So I still don't understand what happened yesterday. There's so many things that we're missing in that game, and that's why I think we should get over it and still work on it. And but Spain are still our worst enemy, actually, and it was a lesson of football yesterday, to be honest with you.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Welcome back to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app. We are coming to you live from a very loud Buddies bar in New York. Finally, give him a beer. Still to come, we'll be joined by a man who made 81 England appearances, won 6 Premier League titles, former Man United defender Rio Ferdinand will be on our show. Now, just before we bring back former England defender Carl Walker, talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Cook has joined us on set ahead of tonight's game with breaking team news. This is before anyone else has announced it.
Well, we are less than 3 hours until kick-off now. This is around about the time when Thomas Tuchel tells his players who is in and who is out of the starting 11. We've had it confirmed from a very reliable source. Morgan Rogers, who hasn't started a game yet at this World Cup, is in the 11 on that right-hand side. So Morgan Rogers will replace Noni Madueke in the starting lineup. There's also a strong suggestion it may well be the same back four as against Norway. That's not confirmed. So that is subject to change. But if that is the case, that would mean an all Aston Villa pairing, if you like, down that right-hand side of Ezri Konsa carrying on at right back and Morgan Rogers in that right wing position. And someone's just pointed out to me, actually, Argentina play quite narrow, don't they? Maybe that's what Thomas Tuchel is thinking when it comes to Morgan Rogers.
Okay, Benny, what does that tell you?
Oh, that Saka's not fit, first and foremost. Like, he's not fully fit. Noni Madueke had a bad game, certainly against Norway, but you never really see him play the Morgan Rogers for Aston Villa. It's always central from that left-hand side. But he's got an opportunity now. I think Thomas Tuchel really likes him. Obviously, at one point, we were questioning, does he start instead of Bellingham? That's obviously been put to bed. But he's had a really good season, Morgan Rogers, so if he can kind of adapt to play on that side, because it is completely different in terms of where you receive the ball, where your body movements are with the ball, because on the left-hand side, he can cut in another shot with his right. On the right-hand side, he might have to mix it up a little bit, but it's a positive change, I think, really positive.
Cookie, thanks for that. We understand that Morgan Rogers will start for England tonight against Argentina. A game, of course, you can hear live on talkSPORT. Let's get reaction to that news from Carl Walker, still with us. Hello, Carl.
Hiya, you all right?
I'm good, man. So what do you make of that? That's huge news, right?
Yeah, it's a big call. I think, like Benny just said there, for him to call that, obviously Saka's not really 100% fit, and I don't think, as you know, Noni had the greatest of games against Norway, but he likes Morgan. I think Morgan's a great player and he's had a fantastic season for Aston Villa, so I'd say it's a little bit more defensive, but I think if Argentina do play that narrow formation, I think Morgan can capitalise on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think coming from that right-hand side, it's an interesting change, because maybe Rashford could have played out there as well, maybe Gordon itself. But, I mean, it must be difficult for Noni, Carl, because you would have been there where players have had tough, difficult moments. And I think it was a little bit of a surprise when Noni did get the call up for the World Cup. But it's hard for him, especially after the Norway game as well. How important do you think it is, though, that the players rally around him and kind of show him that support? Because I'm sure he's going for a bit of a difficult time at the minute.
Yeah, it's always difficult, obviously, when you do get that chance and get that opportunity. Did he feel that he would probably play as much as he has done? Probably not, with, you know, Saka probably being ahead of him, but he's had a fair, you know, bit of game time, and he's probably not taking it at the Norway game as well as he wanted to do. But I still believe that he has a big part to play in this. You know, players can come on whichever minute, you know, the manager feels that he needs to put the players on, and he can make the difference. So it's not about getting down, it's about making sure that he's ready when called upon, and going out and putting a performance that, you know, is truly remembered by England fans.
Morgan Rogers playing on the right, he doesn't play there for Villa. Ezri Konsa playing right back, doesn't play there for Villa, but they are teammates. How important is that? You would have had it for England, I'm guessing, with John Stones, of course. How important is it that you've got a teammate in the same side as you on such a massive night for England?
Yeah, it helps, but also, you know, Ez needs to do his defensive work and Morgan Rogers needs to do his attacking work. I feel that knowing the player that's next to you, you give him the balls that they like, and you obviously give him the best opportunity to go and express himself, whether that's defensively or, you know, offensively. It's going to help, but first and foremost, the talent is going to shine through. You know, Morgan needs to make sure that he's causing the left back as much problems as he can, and Ez needs to make sure that he's shutting up McAllister if he plays there again, or whoever's on there on the left-hand side. Julian Alvarez pops over there. He needs to make sure that he's doing his defensive work. So, listen, I hope they all gel together as a team. They've been there now for 5 weeks, give or take, and they all should know each other inside and out.
Carl, let me ask you, Bukayo Saka obviously not fit, okay? He's coming on, he's maybe playing 20 minutes there, half an hour here, but obviously not fit enough to start for England. If we get all the way to the final, and dare I say, well, I won't say actually win it, because then the answer's obvious. If we get all the way to the final, but he's still not fit enough to start, but he's playing bit parts, is it the right or wrong decision to take an injured player to a World Cup?
I feel some of the calls that Thomas has made throughout this, or for the selection, has been a lot of if, buts and maybes. You know, people have gone home, people have not played. We've had a right-back situation that's kind of been up in the air a little bit. People have not played that many games leading into this. There's been a lot of question marks, but listen, if England win the World Cup, I think all is forgiven, and we can say that the right call was made at the right time.
Carl, I want to ask you on the flip side for Argentina, someone we've not spoke about, because it's all been very Messi heavy. You would have played with him, Julian Alvarez. just how dangerous is he? Because I've watched him week in, week out. Atletico, we see him for Argentina in this competition, scoring goals. Just how good is he?
He's unbelievable, and I think Julian's biggest threat is that he has other people to take the limelight off of him and kind of don't worry about him. Then all of a sudden he pounces into action. I think we had it at Manchester City, obviously, with Erling being the out-and-out striker and Julian getting games if and when he could. And I think that he does the same with Argentina, that Messi's obviously the standout man, but I think the lads will appreciate the work ethic that he does, not just on the ball, but off the ball as well. And he's someone that you definitely have to keep your eye on. Obviously, they've got McAllister, DePaul. They've got good players. And as much as Messi does get the headlines, and rightly so, I think we do need to look at other players as well.
I'm going to let you go in a moment, Carl Walker. Before I do, answer the question with your head, not your heart. Your heart's in the same England. What will the score be tonight? What's going to happen?
I reckon 2-1 England.
Why?
I feel that we'll just have too much physicality for them, and I think we'll run them down. Listen, if we can keep Messi quiet and make sure that he doesn't receive the ball in the areas that he wants to, I feel that we can really take advantage of that.
Let me ask you, actually, I've seen pictures in newspapers, Jack Grealish having a drink with some friends. I've seen Phil Foden maybe doing what he's doing. You're where you are. Is it really tough to watch England in the semi-finals of a World Cup?
For me, probably not as tough as it is for Jack and Phil. You know, I made the decision myself to retire from England, and I'm quite content with what I achieved with England. Obviously, we got to a lot of finals and we probably didn't cross the line, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. But for the lads that are in the squad now, I want them to obviously go and do well. With Jack and with Phil, listen, I want them to enjoy themselves. They're off season now. They need to let their hair down and make sure next season is probably better than the previous season, where they can both get some form back and go and show what they're really about.
If we get to the final, are you flying out?
Hopefully, if talkSPORT fly me out, I'll ask Burnley and I might be able to get there.
Yeah, I think you'll be watching it in Burnley. Carl, what a pleasure as always. Thank you so much. You're a superstar.
Cheers, guys.
Enjoy the
Thank
game.
you. Come on, England.
Thanks, man.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Come on, England. He's right. Thanks, pal. Still to come, we'll be joined by a man who made 81 England appearances, won 6 Premier League titles, former Man United defender Rio Ferdinand will be on our show. First, though, a bit of no Googling. Half past the hour means no Googling. Messi will be playing against England for the first time in his career tonight. We want to know which English club has he made the most appearances against, and which English club has he scored the most goals against. Okay. They're two different answers.
Arsenal's one
the answer, Arsenal is one of them. The answer to that and loads more. Just an hour left of our show, World Cup, Game Day Live on talkSPORT. Stay where you are. More from me and DB right after this.
McCarthy joined Simon and Piers, decided to take Piers Morgan on regarding an incident way back in 2009 when, as Wolves manager, he rested a number of players for a trip to Old Trafford.
I've always respected you hugely, genuinely, as a manager.
Except when I dropped 10 players at Wolverhampton.
Yeah, well, that was terrible.
You did say something that I was particularly unhappy about.
I thought it was shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Well, what was your problem with what I said? You must have known I was right.
You're never right, mate. you just antagonise people with your comments, which you're doing on this show quite clearly.
No.
So when you said it, my job is to win games.
Yes.
We went to Spurs the Saturday before. We won 1-0 with about 35% possession. We've got Manchester United on the Tuesday, I went there and I dropped 10 players. I have a squad of 22. If I'm a manager, it's my right to manage that team how I see and get results.
And it's my right as an Arsenal fan who you weren't directly impacting with your cowardice
because you weren't good enough
to call you out on it.
Because you weren't good enough to win the title, and that Sir Alex won it again, and he won it. You weren't good enough, so you blame me, which is real bad on my part.
I know what Roy Keane's problem was.
No,
just to be clear, by dropping 10 players, you let United walk all over you, which had a direct impact on my team's chances of winning the league. I thought that was an appalling abrogation of your duty as a manager to entertain the fans with the best available team.
Clear you up. My duty was to beat Burnley on the Saturday, and we did.
Well, Mick hasn't forgotten, has he? That's for sure.
Oh, no, he went further than that. He said that Piers was a purveyor of the wrist action. Went into that sort of territory, which I was inclined to agree with.
The photo of the World Cup winning captain hoisting the trophy into the air is one of the most iconic images in sport. Maradona, Bobby Moore, Cafu, these pictures, Was Lionel Messi's tainted though? In Qatar in 2022, Messi finally got his hands on the World Cup. But as he prepared to lift the trophy in those famous blue and white stripes, the Emir of Qatar approached, flanked by Gianni Infantino, with a bisht in hand. Now, a bisht is a traditional Arabic robe worn by royalty, and in it, Messi raised Argentina's golden prize into the night sky. Cynics said Qatar had paid for this exact photograph, knowing it would go down in history. But look, the badge of his country isn't even visible on Messi's chest. Pablo Zabaleta said on TV that there was no reason to do this. In fact, let's just bring this picture back. I mean, just imagine if the three lions were obscured on it. Cultural significance for the Arabic world. So much so that a member of Oman's parliament offered to buy the bisht for $1 million. Messi himself has never publicly commented, and I'll leave it up to you to decide how he felt. But maybe he was just happy to finally get his hands on the World Cup.
We're going to score 2 more than you actually tonight. Welcome back to World Cup Game Day Live. We are building up to live commentary. England take on Argentina for a place in the World Cup final. It's all live on talkSPORT. Before the break, I asked the question, Messi will be playing against England for the first time in his career. Which English club has he made the most appearances against, and which English club has he scored the most goals against? He played against Chelsea the most, 10 times, blimey. Scored 9 goals against the Arsenal. Alex Crook is alongside me, talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, because we think, well, we know we have England's starting lineup tonight.
I've taken the hat off for this one, so you know
wow,
this is a serious part of the programme. We mentioned, didn't we, a few minutes ago, Morgan Rogers in, Noni Madueke out, Rogers making his first start at this World Cup. I'm expecting that to be the only change. I said the whispers were that England would stick with the same back four that started against Norway. Looks like that will be the case, so we expect England to line up in this monumentous semi-final as follows. Pickford in goal, Konsa, Gay, Stones and O'Reilly the back four. Rice, who obviously had to come off at half-time against Norway, he's fit to start alongside Anderson in midfield. Rodgers, the main man Bellingham, and Gordon in behind the captain Harry Kane in attack.
Okay, I should point out we're, 2.5 hours away and we've got team news before anyone else. That's why you lot out there keep listening to talkSPORT. DB, your initial reaction to that starting 11, obviously the big news is Rodgers on the right, but you happy with the back four, Conte, Stones and O'Reilly?
I am. I think maybe fitness has played its part, because I thought Reece James, when he came on, and when he came on at right,
yeah, me too,
was incredible. I mean, Noosa couldn't get anything out of him, so I thought he might have come in from the start, but maybe he's not fit enough. I thought John Stone's shown his quality. I mean, we had Carl Walker on just now, and he said about how good he is and the level that he's still playing at. So yeah, I'm happy with the team. I was really fascinated to see what they were going to do on the right-hand side, because, again, I hate picking on one player, but Madueke's performance is what hasn't been good enough. Not good enough against Norway, and Saka's clearly not fit yet. So, what more options? It's either going to be Rashford, Gordon, or again, Rodgers wasn't even my thinking, but the fact that he's brought him in, it's decent.
Just to explain to myself and people that are big football fans about, someone mentioned that Argentina play quite narrow, so bringing Rodgers onto the right, maybe that's one of the reasons why we do that. Why would that be? If they play narrow, why just bring him
Rodgers? Almost counter-attack that, because Rodgers is not somebody who's going to stay wide. He's not having chalk on his boots. He doesn't play that way. He comes inside as well. So certainly out of possession, he's in the right position to kind of stop any kind of, or nullify any kind of counter-attack that they may do. And he'll pick up little pockets. Like, even though he's playing on the right, he'll almost drift in, unless it's under the instructions of Thomas Tuchel, he'll almost drift in and be another number 10 behind him.
I was going to say that. It's going to be quite narrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost going to be like Rodgers and Bellingham
as the 10.
As the 10s, and then maybe Gordon goes up and supports Anthony Kane in attack.
Okay. Declan Rice starting for England tonight. There were concerns over not his fitness, his illness over the last.
Well,
we know he had
I think also his general fatigue after a long season. To me, he's not looked fully fit this tournament either, but obviously he ran through brick walls in that game against Mexico. I reported yesterday that Declan Rice felt he would be ready to start, and clearly he's relayed that to Thomas Tuchel. So will the medical team. That's England's best midfield, isn't it? Rice and Anderson.
Yes.
Absolutely essential that they're fit to play together.
I'm a big fan. Do you think Rodgers played his way into the starting 11 from that last performance?
A little bit, but I think equally as well, the performance from Noni to start with wasn't good enough. So anyone could have played in that right-hand side. But do you know, in possession is going to be fascinating, because if he's not wide, it's almost going to be like a box. You can have Rice and Anderson next to each other with Bellingham and Rodgers in front. That creates that little box, and then Gordon potentially could come in to make almost like a 4-2-2-2. Yeah, it might be
the
that.
Old Ralph Hasenhüttl Southampton system, wasn't it?
It looks like it could be that, but I'm fascinated with the battles in this game for sure.
Me too. If you just turn on your radio, we understand England's starting lineup will be as follows: Pickford, Konsa, Gurhey, Stones, O'Reilly, Rice and Anderson. Rodgers is the surprise name of the starting 11. Rodgers, Bellingham, Gordon and Kane. Anything you want to add to that?
No, just as always, not confirmed, but that's what we're expecting.
Yeah, well, you never get it wrong. So well done to you, Cookie.
Not so far. Let's hope that continues.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be good. Right, let's continue to talk England. We spoke to former England defender, 6-time Premier League winner Carl Walker about that team news actually a few moments ago. You can keep an eye on the talkSPORT YouTube channel for that interview in its full if you missed any of it. But stay where you are, because we're going to look ahead to the game in more detail now. Let's hear from England defender Mark Gurhey. He spoke to the media last night. He was asked about the pressure on England.
I mean, there isn't pressure on us. Well, what's the pressure? The pressure is the onus is on them. They're the world champions. So they need to come out, they need to defend their title, so there's no pressure on us at all. It's a big game with big players. Both sides have great players, and when you have that, it's just going to be a good game. You know, it's going to be a fun watch, and one that we're going to be talking about for a long time. So yeah, excited.
Let's keep what? I think we're back. Yeah, we are back. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack, for that. Listen, Mark Gurhey, right? There were a few eyebrows raised when he stayed at Palace for as long as he did. Where do you rate him amongst England's best defenders?
I have him at number 1.
Is he number what he is?
For me, I have him at number 1.
Yeah.
I think he's been he was brilliant for Palace when they've had their most successful period. He's been brilliant for Man City ever since he got there as well.
Yeah.
And I really like the relationship between him and Konsa that they were starting to form. I get it, John Stones comes in, Konsa goes to right back, he can equally play that
What
role.
does John Stones offer?
Experience.
And how important is that in a game like this?
Oh, it's massive. But not only does he experience as well, because he's such a gifted footballer, John Stones, he's someone who can bring the ball out. He won't always play sideways and backwards. He'll drive when he's got a break. He'll try passes potentially that maybe other players wouldn't, so like breaking the lines. Instead of taking the safe option and going wide, he'll drive with it and go, right, where's, I don't know, Bellingham in the 10 and go straight into his feet. So I understand why Stones is playing, but yeah, I think Gahey is our best defender. Although I don't agree with what he was saying that there's no pressure on them. No, there's big pressure on them.
Yeah, but maybe just send it to take the pressure off, right?
But that just adds pressure, doesn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you can't get to the last four of the World Cup and not feel anything, right?
The pressure for playing for England, right, first of all, comes with its own pressures.
Yeah.
Then all everyone talks about is 60 years. Haven't won it for 60 years.
Yep. Then it's Argentina.
Then it's Argentina. So it's a high pressure situation. But I think so far in this tournament, without the team playing outstandingly well, we've handled the pressure really well. We're going to Mexico. Oh my goodness, no one goes out and wins. We went and got that result. Beat Norway as well. Kept Haaland quiet. Yeah. He was part of that as well. It's going to be a fascinating game. But if England play well and play to the levels we know they can do, I think they win.
Let's stay with the back four. His fellow defender, Ezri Konsa, has also been speaking to the media ahead of tonight's game. He was asked about just how far he's come to be representing England on the biggest stage.
You know, I'm at an age now where this could be, you know, my last World Cup. So I think I just want to enjoy each moment, enjoy every moment. So yeah, really proud of what I've been able to achieve over the years. And you know, to where I started, I think someone reminded me 8 years ago I was in a playoff semi-final in League One for Charlton, and fast forward to now I'm here at a World Cup and playing in the semi-final. So yeah, very blessed.
In the last ad break, I was scrolling through, and someone on social media, someone posted England's starting 11. I think the last time we played Argentina, you had Rio, you had Terry, and you had Ledley King in front of the back four protecting them. Where do you rate this current group of England defenders? Because we're talking about, I know, the golden generation.
Yeah, it's hard because you talk about household names, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand. You talk about two of the greats.
Yeah.
Certainly in terms of Premier League football and English football, you are talking about two of the greatest ever. But these guys here in this new generation are writing their own scripts, because if they're able to go and achieve something we've not achieved since '66, then automatically, regardless of individual talent and how good those players were, these guys here will be remembered forever, and they will go straight to the top of the list. Yeah. Like you can make arguments about I mentioned Gerrard and Scholes and Lampard and Anderson, Rice, Bellingham, all these comparisons, right? Rooney, Kane. But if this team go on to achieve the greatness and win this World Cup, they go straight to the top of the pile.
Yeah, of course.
But regardless whether individually Rooney's better than Kane or Rio's better than Konsa and Gahey, these will have achieved something that some people probably didn't believe could ever happen.
Yeah. If you're going to split England's team up into different divisions, defence, midfield and attack, what do you put first, what do you put last, as to how strong we are?
Midfield is strongest.
Midfield is strongest?
Yeah.
OK.
Then attack.
So defence is the weakest?
Yeah, but you're talking about a 9-point...
Oh, OK, fine.
The reason why I say the midfield, I mean, Anderson, Rice and Bellingham, that's strong as they come.
That does look good, right? That does look good.
The attack is if everyone's fully fit, we know it's Saka on the right, Kane down the middle. The reason why I have it second is because I don't know who's on the left. Is it Rashford? Is it Gordon? Can Rodgers play out there? So that left, no one's really grabbed it. And defensively, it's Pickham. It's Reece James for me, right back.
Yeah.
Konsa, Gahey, and then left back. Is it O'Reilly? Is it Spence?
So Thomas Tuchel made lots of substitutions in the last game against Norway. We didn't see Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? And the fact that Rodgers is playing on the right as well.
I don't read too much into that. I think.
Do you not?
No, I don't. I don't think, because what we try and do is we look for reasons as to why certain players.
Yeah, but there are reasons why he's not picked Rashford.
Because he would have thought that himself. Well, in this game, I don't need Rashford. It's not that he hasn't been good enough, he hasn't trained well enough. He's probably looked at the opposition and gone, do you know what? In this type of situation, this type of game, this game is better suited to Eze or Gordon or whoever he may bring on. It's not always about there must be something wrong with Rashford or must be something wrong with Noni, they're not playing. I think he looks at the opposition and he takes it game by game. So in totality...
So do you think he's picking our team looking
based
at
on
the
game?
opposition?
100%.
It's very rare. England managers don't often do that.
And that's maybe why he's the difference maker, because for so long we know the team 1 to 11 and it just doesn't change. Whereas I think he's quite methodical in the way he thinks, Thomas Tuchel, and he's looking at every single opposition and going, well, he's better suited to that role.
So if we win tonight and we're in the final on Sunday and everyone stays fit that starts tonight, you don't think necessarily that will be the starting 11?
Potentially not, no. He might go with a completely different team. Not completely different, but the bulk of the team will be the same.
Yeah.
But there'll be different areas. Like say Reece James comes on again, is incredible, and that's more fitness, or Saka comes on as a huge impact, he might go, do you know what, from the start, we'll go with them.
Yeah.
It's just different.
How are you feeling? We've got about 45 minutes left of our show, then we hand over to Adrian Durham live commentary on talkSPORT, England, Argentina. How are you feeling?
Yeah, excited. Can't wait to get going.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, excited. I'm looking forward.
What did you say the score will be earlier on when I asked you?
You haven't asked me yet.
Have I not asked you?
Nah, and you asked me now either. You asked me at 5:30.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you now. Have I told you my prediction?
Yeah, you said 4-1, didn't you?
No, I didn't say 4-1. I said Spain would win yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Bang on the money. Alex Crick will confirm that. Right, we've got 45 minutes left of our show. If you want to be a part of it, phone up 03717 223344. Or you can go to WhatsApp and send us a voice note and make sure you give it the old fisty pumps, come on England as well at the end of your message. We'll play the best ones out a bit later on. You are listening. Some of you are watching World Cup Game Day live. We're at Buddy's Bar in New York. It's filling up a bit. Hello, everyone. Filling up. Getting so excited. So excited. More from me and DB and the gang right after this.
When we have a 4-2-4 system, players like Olmo, if you look at him, he's always between two lines.
Yep.
This player, you saw it in the game with Belgium, you saw it in the game with Portugal. He is exactly the kind of, I would say, a virus who is entering in the blood of the opponents, and he killed us. He was one of the players perfectly suited to kill us.
Yeah. Can I just ask your thoughts on Mbappe last night as well? I mean, did he let himself down, Eric? I know he's a big player, he's a big personality, but even walking off last night, not shaking anybody's hands, I mean, how does that look?
It looks like the real Mbappe is back. There is two Mbappe, the one who is having a mission and the one who can be positive and working and sharing and being the leader of a team. And when he loses his gift, his toy, when the toy is broken, suddenly the teenager who is part of him comes back, the one who is selfish, the one who is a bit aggressive when he gets a yellow card with the goalkeeper, the one who doesn't share hands with opponent, the one who suddenly in the last 20 minutes he knew the game was lost and he played for himself. He made some useless kicks, shots. So altogether, we are back with the Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain, the Mbappe sometimes of Real Madrid, the Mbappe that we know that I spoke about it from the very early stage of the tournament, who is selfish. And when he's selfish like that, then you lose the man on the mission. The mission was lost, Mbappe was back.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
I see what you've done. Welcome back. You're listening to World Cup Game Day live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. Let's see how good they are now. We're coming to you live from Buddy's Bar, New York. Wow, that was really loud. Still to come, we'll be joined by Adrian Durham live from Atlanta, ahead of tonight's huge semi-final, live on talkSPORT. Just quickly, Argentina manager Lionel Scaloni has said he'd love to have Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham in his squad. Of course he would, ahead of tonight's match, describing them as among the best in the world. Yeah,
reverse psychology.
Well, we've got him, so hands off. Right, we are delighted to be joined now by a British TV icon. Sean Wallace, a.k.a. the Dark Destroyer from The Chase, has joined us here at Buddy's Bar. Sean, good to see you.
Great to see you, Andy, and you too, Daz.
How are you? You good? You well?
Yeah, fantastic. We came in on Monday evening, so really looking forward to tonight's game.
OK, so you decided to fly into New York ahead of the final.
Ahead of the final.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Is that actually your plan?
It is, because we'll be there on Sunday.
Oh, right, OK.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, it's a gamble, right? I know you guys like the gamble, but you've looked at our opponents and you think, we don't need to go to Atlanta to watch Argentina. We'll just wait till the final.
No, well, actually, I was hoping that England would get there, and I think they will get there. But even if they don't, my aim and my best mate over there is just to get to the World Cup final.
Okay.
It'll be our fourth.
It'll be your fourth World Cup?
First World Cup final, yeah.
OK, well, how do you get all the tickets? Is it people you know, or...?
I know places, who know faces, who know places.
Right, I don't know what you've just said. Are you enjoying the World Cup?
I'm absolutely fantastic. I was a bit sceptical that they were expanding it to 48, but it just goes to show that teams like Cape Verde deserve their right to be at the World Cup. So I'm a bit worried about a 64-team format, but Infantino can basically say, well, look, these young sides who are coming to the World Cup for the first time have been playing well. They can perform on the world stage, so why not expand it?
What have you made of England's performances so far in this World Cup?
I think there's a lot to give. I think their best performance to date has obviously been the game in Mexico, and I was confident they were going to beat Mexico in the altitude of Mexico City, as long as they didn't play the ball out of the back, because what we would have seen is that Mexico would have just pressed them and they would have just tired them out. So they played the right tactics in that game.
You got lots of stats in your head, right?
I certainly have.
Have you got any stats that can convince me that we'll win tonight?
This is it's 2-2 in the series of games between Argentina and England. 66, we won. 1998, they won. 2002, we won. And I think we then lost, which other game? 86, the hand of God. So obviously,
yes,
it's going to be the 40th anniversary. And I really am convinced that if England sort of take the game to Argentina, they can beat them. The only worry I've got is that Messi has been playing brilliant walking football. He doesn't do any running, didn't do any running in the last World Cup. So all his players like Fernandes at Chelsea, Martinez and Alvarez, who I think is the most dangerous player in the Argentina team, will do all his running.
Yeah.
So we've got to keep those two players quiet. And I think if we do, I think we'll come out.
He's averaging, sorry Ben, he's averaging 2 sprints per game, would you believe?
Who is?
Messi.
Yeah.
So do you think today could be a non-factor?
Sorry, I didn't.
Do you think he could be a non-factor Messi today? Because you've talked
No,
about
I think he's going to have an influence in the game. But I think that the player I'm looking really forward to really having a really colossus game. He had a great game last time. Was Elliot Anderson?
Yeah.
Who's really shown what a really class player is.
We broke the news earlier on. Morgan Rogers going to start on the right. Is that a surprise? I mean, it must be, right? What do you make of it?
Big surprise to me, but he did well when he came on the other day, and he can play on the right. You know, he can drift in. I personally would have started Marcus Rashford, even though, as I say, he is naturally right-footed.
Yeah.
But Tuchel's paid the big bucks to make the big calls, and it's a big call he's made.
What about Jude's performance in this World Cup?
It's been absolutely fantastic. And I think the way in which Tuchel has treated him, in terms of the sort of frosty relationship they had at the beginning, is basically let Jude Bellingham know, I'm in charge. But what he's basically done is allowed him to be a world-class player he's basically showing to be.
Is he England's most important player at the moment?
I'd say both him and Harry Kane are both, because Harry Kane is a natural-born goal scorer. I do expect Harry to score tonight, and I think he will. If England get to the World Cup final, I always said that it happened in my lifetime, and I generally think it will happen.
You're a Chelsea fan, right?
Yes.
And Bent and I have had this conversation many a time. Now, for him, Chelsea winning a League Cup is bigger than...
Chelsea winning
Arsenal winning a League Cup is bigger than England winning the World Cup.
For me.
For him. What do you make of that? Do you agree?
I get that coming from being an ex-Spurs fan,
player.
Yeah, I totally get that. But
so Chelsea have won Champions League, right?
Twice.
Right. What would you rather see Chelsea win another Champions League or England win the World Cup?
I'd rather see England win the World Cup.
Maybe you two should have a little.
No, would you swap both of Chelsea's Champions Leagues for the World Cup?
No.
You know, you have the conversation.
I'll swap one of mine.
You said all of yours.
I've changed my mind. I'll swap one. Do you know, I would swap all three.
All three Champions Leagues?
Because it just doesn't happen. Seeing England win the World Cup, it just doesn't happen. There's very few people on the planet still alive, still breathing, that have seen that happen.
But an important fact about Spain, I mean, they won the last 3 major championships. They won Euro 2024. They won the Olympic gold medal, which people seem to forget.
Wow.
In Paris.
That doesn't count. That's not.
It does count.
That's not football.
Because some of their players were in that squad, right?
Yeah.
And they won the European Nations League. So, plus the women winning the World Cup, I mean, Spanish football is on the rise.
I don't think they've lost in 2 years.
No.
Were you surprised they beat France yesterday in the manner in which they did?
I wasn't surprised because what happened, they kept the ball. Spain are brilliant at keeping the ball. And, you know, if you keep the ball and you let your opponents run around, they're going to get tired. I think that the big chance they had was when Simon came off his line and it came to Doué.
Yeah, and he tried to...
Why he tried... The thing was, Dembele was just standing there.
Yeah.
Play it into Dembele.
Easy.
And he would have scored. And it would have been a different game, I think.
Yeah. Quick word about your beloved Chelsea.
Yeah.
Aspirations for the season, new manager.
OK, 10 years ago, when we finished 10th, a lot of people laughed at me when I said that we were going to win the league.
Who's your manager then?
Conte.
Right,
who knew how to win championships.
Yeah.
Alonso is a very good manager. Obviously, he was unbeaten in the German league 2 years ago. As long as we sign some decent, experienced players to go along with the young talent that we got, then I really do expect Chelsea to do things this season.
Who's going to win the league?
Hand on heart, Man City.
Really? Not bet his Arsenal. Look how devastated he is. Look.
Sure, not Arsenal?
Not Arsenal.
Why did you say not Arsenal?
I thought Arsenal were very lucky to get over the line. I'm glad they did.
Yeah. No, you're not. No, you're not. You can't be glad they did.
Not really,
You can't be.
They got over the line, but I think that with Elliot Anderson coming into the fore, a lot of players are going to want to play for Enzo Maresca.
Yeah.
I think he's a very, very good manager. I was disappointed that he left, but not surprised.
I love the fact I can just ask you any question. You got the answer right there. I've got one I don't think you'll get.
Go on.
Right? Who has played football for Scotland and cricket for England? Any idea? Oh, look, he's gone.
That's your one
Look.
question.
Who's played football for Scotland and cricket for England?
England international?
Yes.
I don't know that one.
Kenny Dalglish and Ian Botham. Sean, thanks for coming on.
Cheers, Andy.
Yeah.
It's the same person, did I?
Thanks
for coming on. Can we have a round of applause for Sean Wallace, everyone?
Thank you.
From the chase. You're going to stay with us and watch the game?
I certainly am, yeah.
What will the score be? Give me a prediction.
3-1.
3-1. Who scores? Kane 2, Bellingham. Bellingham 2.
I think Kane's going to score.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go left field. I think Anderson's going to score tonight as well.
Okay. But an England win, we're in the final.
Yeah, we're in the final.
We will see you in the final.
Okay,
That'd be
cheers,
nice.
mate. Take care.
We've got 30 minutes left of our show, building up, of course, to a massive semi-final. England take on Argentina. You can hear that game live right here on talkSPORT.
Look, we've seen some amazing players play for England in my lifetime, but I feel that what Bellingham is doing, even if you compare it to Kane, and Kane is an icon, Kane is one of England's greats as well, but Bellingham feels different.
Do you think?
Yeah.
You think he's the greatest player to ever play for England?
Can we frame this question in a slightly different way? Go on. Can we just discount the 66 winners?
Okay.
I can't.
You can't
they
go.
won
You
it,
can't
right?
go against Bobby Moore.
Yeah. They've won it. They've won it.
Okay,
Like,
but is he the best player you've seen in an England shirt ever?
He's not. He's probably not the best player, but he might be the best England player, the best player for England. Like, look, you could argue that Steven Gerrard was a better player than him. You could argue that Paul Scholes was. You could argue that lots of players were, but none of them did it for England in the way that Bellingham has already. Already, 22 years old. already, think about what happened in Qatar, think about what happened in Germany, and this World Cup, he's taken it to a completely different level.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's amazing. I don't
Rooney?
know Rooney never did it for England quite like Rooney. I was there. Rooney scored 1 goal at a World Cup for England.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Carragher wrote a piece in yesterday's Telegraph, and he was talking about Gaza. He was kind of making the comparisons with Gaza. Gaza captured a nation and all that.
Yeah.
And he obviously did. And you think of his performances in Italian 90 and then Euro 96. But I didn't know this until I read Carragher's article. Gaza didn't score at Italian 90. He didn't score. Bellingham's got 6 in 6. It's different. I don't see how you can say that he's not better than what Gerrard did for England. Gerrard had his moments, remarkable footballer. But Rooney's contribution, Gerrard's contribution, Lampard's contribution, it just can't be bigger than what Bellingham's already done. Do you agree?
Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, Gaza was my idol growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I look at what he'd done and how he played. I think Bellingham's I think Bellingham's better.
The story of England's World Cup win in 1966 is the stuff of legend. Pickles and a lost trophy, World Cup Willie, they think it's all over. They couldn't have done it without the skills and goals of Sir Geoff Hurst. But his World Cup journey wasn't always plain sailing. But for a freak injury in the group stages in 1966, we may have never been speaking about Sir Geoff Hurst in the same way. He got the call after Jimmy Greaves had his leg sliced open against France in the final group match. Hurst got off to a flying start in the knockouts, literally, scoring the winner against Argentina 12 minutes from time in the quarter-final. He didn't score in the semis against Portugal, but his influence on the game was massive. When Greavesy was past fit for the final, though, the public and the press wanted their main man back in. Sir Alf Ramsey stuck with Hurst, and the rest, well, you know. His heroics prompted parties on the streets. Once the celebrations had died down, England started preparing to defend the trophy. And just look at their record between 66 and 70. Only 4 losses in 36 games. But when 70 came around, fate played a mean trick on Hurst. In the quarter-final against the Germans, Hurst scored a legitimate goal in extra time that was disallowed. And England lost. Basically the exact opposite of the 1966 World Cup final. With that, Sir Geoff's pretty short World Cup career came to an end. When you look at his stats, they aren't massively impressive. But when you consider 3 of his 5 goals came on that glorious afternoon at Wembley, it's not a bad trade-off. What you might not know about Sir Geoff, though, is that after retiring, he didn't stay in football. I mean, he tried, oh yes, but he packed in management after 2 years and later worked in insurance because he couldn't afford his mortgage. I mean, can you imagine Harry Kane in insurance nowadays? Yes, Sir Geoff may have only played in 2 World Cups, but crucially, he helped bring one of them home. Jules Rimet, still gleaming.
Welcome back to the last half hour of our show, the World Cup Game Day on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, in a very busy Buddy's Bar in New York. You're going back to the UK, you're going around the world, millions listening, that's awful. A Buddy's Bar in New York? There you go. Good work. Drinks are on the house. They're not at all. Still to come, we'll be hearing your voice notes ahead of England's biggest World Cup game in 60 years tonight. But now, time to slide into Game Day with Burger King.
sliding into game day on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Morgan Rogers coming onto it, right footing, good try, spilled by the goalkeeper, and bundled in. England lead, it is Jude Bellingham again.
Thank you very much. You've got us an exciting game come Wednesday.
It's no mentality problem. This is pure mentality. You can bottle it up and sell it.
I think they're certainly beatable. But at times as a unit, they look all over the place.
I'm quietly confident, you know. I think we've got enough to win it.
I think we batter.
Who?
Argentina.
What's battering?
Like 2-0, comfortable.
Harry, your country needs you here. You've got to put this away. Right footed, he has!
We can reach a World Cup final for the first time in 60 years. We have to believe.
World Cup semi-final playing against Argentina, the reigning world champions. It doesn't get any bigger. We're one of the best teams in the world, so we have nothing to fear.
Are you ready to make history? Are you ready to be immortal?
Who knows what's going to happen in the next tournaments? This could be it.
Argentina tonight, kick-off at 8 p.m. Adrian Darren brings you that with build-up starting at the earlier time of 6:30, 25 minutes time. We'll cross over to Adrian. In fact, we'll cross over to him in just a moment, but talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, he's just put down his humble pie, Alex Cook, has joined us. Cookie, what's happened?
Well, I did tell you that team was not confirmed, and that back four in particular, Reece James starts.
Wow, okay, that's great
right
news.
back. We've just had that from a source very close.
We like that.
Very
like
close
Reece James.
to the Chelsea defender.
Yeah.
So Reece James in at right back, potentially Jed Spence coming in at left back as well. So that back four completely changed. I did tell you it wasn't confirmed.
To be fair, you did say the back four wasn't confirmed. The Rodgers stuff you said
and
was.
Apparently, England were quite happy with the expectation for Argentina. They would go with the same back four, so they kept this under wraps right until close to kick-off. But Reece James, we know for definite starts at right back. We've had that confirmed now.
Yeah.
And potentially Jed Spence in as well.
Okay. Thank you for that.
And I don't really want to comment in case Crookie's back in 7 minutes. So, no, got something else.
You like Beckham might start on the right, Hoddle down the middle, yeah?
No, listen, I think for England, I mean, we don't know who the two centre-halves are. Is it Stones, is it Konza? But Reece James at right back, if he's fit, he has to play. He has to play.
That's great news.
He's our best right back.
Crookie, thanks for that. We'll let you get back to your burger and chips. Let's cross live over to Adrian Durham from Atlanta now. Very lucky boy. He's got the best seat in the house. Aid, good afternoon, good evening to you.
Andy, Darren and all buddies bar, listen, what a moment this is for England. World Cup semi-final, honestly, can't believe it. Let's bring it on. So excited about this.
Just paint a picture for us. Would you just tell us exactly where you are, how many people are currently in the stadium, what the weather's like, how you're feeling? I'm led to believe the roof might be on, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we're enclosed, we're air-conned, everything's fine. It was actually quite a gloomy and relatively chilly morning in Atlanta. The sun did burst out eventually, but none of that matters. It is air-conned and the roof closed here. It's a brilliant stadium. England have played here before, so it's a fantastic stadium. You could easily make a case for the final being here, and it probably should have been here. It's a wonderful stadium, so no excuses there. Listen, the seats are all filling up. There are loads of Argentina fans, and they've been in Atlanta for 3 or 4 days now, at least. They have overtaken the city. The England fans will be outnumbered. There will be that England contingent in here. There always is. They travel so well at tournaments, but Argentina take massive numbers to tournaments wherever they go. So they are here in force in Atlanta.
Aid, we're hearing obviously a little bit of team news. I know it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like Reece James is coming back in at right back. I mean, I don't know what you think, Aid. I thought when he went to right back against Norway, he was absolutely outstanding. So, in my opinion, he had to play.
Well, I was just listening to Crookie there and absolutely amazed and stunned by what I've just heard. So I'm fascinated to hear the exact lineup, which we should get in around about 25 minutes' time, right at the start of our build-up. But what really intrigued me, listen, no problem if it is Reece James, who can have a problem with that? But what intrigued me was, he mentioned Jed Spence. Does that mean Nico O'Reilly is in midfield, or is he out? What's going on there? That one was a big question for me. And then you mentioned earlier the Morgan Rogers speculation that he'll be on the right. I think he's a brilliant footballer. And the great thing about Rogers is he's so intelligent, so tactically disciplined within the game. He knows what to do in game, that I've got no problems with him playing at all if that's the case.
Hey, do you think that Rogers will be playing because it's going to be quite narrow tonight, or that he doesn't fancy Noni and Saka's not fit?
Yeah, you got that midfield diamond for Argentina, and I think that's the case. He could be detailed to, I don't know, monitor Messi without man marking him. So that could be an interesting little situation. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you deal with Messi, because we know he could still be brilliant, even though he's getting on a bit. And last game, I thought he was absolutely useless, to be honest with you. He didn't have a shot till injury time. So you can't take him lightly. You can't ignore the fact that he's there, but you can't man mark him either. It's a very difficult one for Thomas Tuchel to negotiate. He actually said to Faker others in the interview yesterday, Thomas Tuchel, that you stop the supply line. And it sounds very easy, but I think we've got some superstars on show. So this could be something very, very special.
Hey, I think if England play well and the players have got in their team, if they play well when Argentina play well, I expect England to win. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely agree with that. You're talking about world-class talent when you're talking about Messi, obviously. Is he past his best? I would say he is, but is he still a match winner? Yeah, of course he is. But we've got Bellingham and Kane, and they are of equal standing to Messi right now. Not career-wise, Messi is absolutely the number one we've ever seen, in my opinion. But right now, I'd say Bellingham is the player of the tournament. I've been saying that for quite some time. I don't think there's anybody who's done better than him. Spain have been brilliant as a team without having an individual that's really rocked this World Cup. Jude Bellingham is the number one for me at this World Cup. So I'd have him ahead of Messi if you're looking at player of the tournament. So we've got, and he is a match winner, Jude Bellingham. So we've got that match winner. I just hope that he keeps his discipline, which he has done in recent times. He's been much more mature as a footballer, Jude Bellingham, in the last year or so. Long may that continue.
Hey, there's only one game bigger than a World Cup semi-final, and of course if England win today, they'll be there on Sunday. How does the atmosphere, how you're feeling compare to that night in Mexico?
I was feeling really ill this morning when I woke up. Not like I need a doctor ill. I mean, sick with nerves ill. It quickly wore off. When I thought about the game, I thought, listen, there's not a lot to choose between the sides. I don't think you can confidently, with great conviction, say England are definitely going to win. But what you can say is we have match winners. We have a manager who kind of knows in-game how to change things and how to deal with situations. So I think we are giving ourselves, as England, the best opportunity to win this semi-final. So I don't think Argentina have been great, but then England haven't been great either. So a lot depends on that team news and whether it is correct. So we'll bring that to you as fast as possible. But I have cautious optimism for England.
Hey, they've got to ask you there. I mean, you just said it, right? And I don't know if it's as simple as this, but you spent a lot of time, obviously, watching England under Gareth Southgate's tenure, and I think he did a fantastic job. I thought he was brilliant. But do you feel more confident now because we've got someone like Thomas Tuchel in charge?
Yeah, it's a difficult question for a Gareth Southgate fan to answer. But listen, I was speaking to our commentator Jim Proudfoot yesterday. It was quite an emotional conversation, as it always is with me and him. And we were both in Nice 10 years ago for that utter humiliation against Iceland. So for Gareth Southgate to take us from that to going deep regularly in tournaments was beyond belief. That to me is a form of success, and nobody should do that down, because that's exactly what England needed, and he delivered. He got out of it before we'd actually won a tournament, and that was him basically saying, you know what, I've done all I can, over to someone else. Now Thomas Tuchel, now his job is to win a tournament, because we've got to finals, so win a tournament. I don't mind if he's signed a new contract. I don't think that comes into it. He's still got to win a tournament. And what an opportunity here. An Argentina side that had to come from 2 down against Egypt, that could only beat Cape Verde 3-2. They needed an opponent sent off to beat Switzerland after extra time. They've only played a team 19th in the world. I think it's the best they've played in terms of Switzerland. They've had an easy run. They've not had great distances to cover. They've played a lot of night games, which means they haven't had to deal with intense heat. They have had the run of a lifetime to get here, Argentina, and in that run of a lifetime, they haven't looked particularly brilliant. I'm expecting Thomas Tuchel to find a way to not only get his team playing better, because we haven't hit the heights, but to find a way past Argentina and make it to the final.
Last question, then I'll let you go. What will the score be tonight?
England are going to win it 3-1.
Okay. I hope you're right. Aid, I look forward to seeing you at the final. Enjoy tonight's football if that's possible. Keep up the great work. Speak to you soon, pal.
Cheers.
Thanks, man.
Cheers. Love you guys.
You can hear in his voice, he's very nervous, very apprehensive, but very excited about what should be an amazing night of football.
I always think you need to be... I know Age was talking there, made some really good points, and he said about the Argentina-Cape Verde.
Yeah.
We saw Spain draw 0-0 with Cape Verde.
Yeah, true.
So sometimes you can't look at previous results and go, well,
but
they
you're grasping, right? You're grasping.
Yeah.
You're looking for
but
moments.
I asked Ade, and I said to him, if England played well with the players that they've got compared to Argentina's, England should win. But I know games of football are not played on paper.
No.
But if Bellingham shows up, Kane shows up, Gordon shows up...
You excited?
Yeah.
You're getting that way, right? You weren't this morning?
I'm always excited.
Oh, you're always excited?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Even yesterday's show, with headache.
Good. Oh, yeah, the headache's gone, yeah? Headache update,
Yeah.
gone. You are listening to World Cup Game Day Live. We're at Buddy's Bar in New York. It's getting very busy. Just 15 minutes left of our show, and then we hand over to Adrian Darren for build-up to live commentary of the second semi-final of the World Cup between England and Argentina. We'll see you after this.
Sliding into Game Day on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
He seems to be into the fact that it was kind of a premeditated idea by Gabriel Clark to ask a question in a divisive way. You know him, you've done this job, so what did you make of the interview and what do you make of all the fallout from it?
Well, straight after the interviews, I sent Gabriel a text and I said, a masterclass in the art of post-match interviewing. And I would stand by that now. Gabriel's not a sensationalist. He's not out for headlines. He will look you in the eye and ask a straight question. Having been in that situation, I think he might have been slightly surprised when Tuchel came and said we were poor and we didn't do this and we didn't do that. That might have surprised him slightly, and he threw the mentality line in that Tuchel bit his head off about. But those situations, you've got a limited amount of time. There's no way that you're going to go, I'm going to ask him this and wind him up here, and then I'll get Bellingham. And by the way, what a story that's going to be. That's not Gabriel. Gabriel's the best in the business at doing that by a considerable margin and has been for many years. And when Gabriel put it to him, your manager wasn't very happy overall, and he shrugged his shoulders and said, whatever. Fine.
Do you think Gabriel could have qualified it a bit more? Maybe in hindsight, he thinks if he'd said the manager wasn't happy with performance, not in terms of effort, maybe in terms of quality, you can play better than that as a team.
I think you and everyone that's ever asked a question would look back and go, perhaps I could have asked that question a bit better. But in the heat of the moment there, in those bowels, when the adrenaline is still running, it was a straightforward, it was an honest bit of interviewing. It wasn't tricky. And I was thinking about it coming in here. There's been nothing from the England camp.
No drama, is there?
There's been nothing. There's been no fights. There's been no drunks. There's been no women. There's been nothing untoward. And I think a lot of people jumped on this. Here's a bit of division here, Bellingham and Tuchel, etc., etc. There's a bit of history there, and I think it has been blown up out of all proportion.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
You can be slow, come on, fast, but you must get to the line. Come on, buddies, Mark. Kick you and hurt you. Come on. Defend and... Oh, yeah, where's that? Useless. Welcome back to GameDay Live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Buddies. I haven't drunk yet. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BCAP. We are live from Buddies by New York. Who thinks England are going to win?
Oh, that one.
Come on, man. Who thinks England will win the game? Anyone supporting Argentina tonight? Friendly bar, it's a friendly bar. Right, let's head over to another bar, the talkSPORT Fan Zone at the Sports Interactive Warehouse back home in Birmingham, where former Villa striker, our mate, Gabby Agbonlahor is in the house. Gabby, good evening to you.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
We are very well indeed. Now listen, we're all devastated out here in New York. It's a horrible place, and if we get to the final, we've got to go to the final. We've got to go round the corner in New Jersey and see England playing a World Cup final. But you, my friend, are having fun in Birmingham. Tell us a bit about where you are and who's there.
So I'm at the SI Fan Zone, Villa Park. Listen, there's nothing better for me than being in Birmingham, the fresh air of Birmingham, with people from Birmingham. Listen, it's been exciting, everyone I've been to, and I'm looking forward to this one. Sold the most tickets so far, it's going to be electric.
Gabby, what's the atmosphere like in there?
It's building, Benty. You know, I think it's one of those days where everyone's finishing work, get home, drop the car off, jump in a taxi, Uber, train, bus, however you get in here. But so many tickets sold today, going to be a hell of an atmosphere, and Villa have got something special here. Every stadium in the Premier League should have one of these fan zones because it creates an atmosphere. And you know what we love, guys? Nice bit of aircon as well. No one's dripping, no one's going to be hot. Everyone can enjoy the evening. The DJ's ready. Hopefully we get the result.
Gabby, it's good to see you got your England top. I've got it on. Benny hasn't got it on. Make of that what you will. What's the score going to be tonight? What are you thinking?
I can see goals, guys. I don't know why I can see a 3-2 England. I really can. I look at Argentina's defence. You know, they conceded 2 against Cape Verde, 2 against Egypt. You can really get at this back four. But on the other hand, I think they score as well, especially with Alvarez and obviously Messi, Lautaro Martinez. They've got so many players that can hurt us. But I think we win tonight in 90 minutes.
Gab, always a pleasure. Enjoy your evening. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Gabs.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. You enjoy yourself, yeah? Jolly up.
The hatred. We will. We definitely will. Reminder, for last-minute tickets, you can head to talksport.com/fanzone or just buy them on the door. Right. Time now to hear some of your shared takes with Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app.
Yes, all show we've been asking for your voice notes ahead of England's biggest World Cup game in 60 years. Let's hear a few of them now.
We're on the motorway and we cannot wait to get to the pub and watch the game. Our score prediction is 2-1. Get messing with Messi, England. Come on
Chris from Burnley. I reckon it's going to be 2-0 to England. Jude Bellingham gets one, Kane gets one. Come on, England!
We're going to beat Argentina. We're going to completely expose them on the wings and nullify Messi. Come on, England!
Big one tonight, 2-0. Messi in Dan Burn's back pocket. It's coming home, boys. It's coming home! Come on!
Come on! Thanks as always to everyone who got involved. That was all thanks to the lovely people at Burger King.
Shared takes on talkSPORT with Burger King Burger Buddies. Iconic winners delivered in the box every time. Order now on the BK app.
Cute.
I just said to Management Max, what are the plans tonight? He said there are no plans, because no one can have any plans, because no one has a clue what's coming up over the next 90 minutes, plus extra time, plus maybe penalties.
Yeah.
What's happening in your head at the moment? We've been building up to the show for the last 2.5 hours. We're going to hand over to Adrian Dome in just a moment. He'll take you all the way to kick-off. Live commentary on talkSPORT, Argentina v England, for a place in the final. Begins in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, DB? We've got time. We've got time to talk about
I
it.
can see a 3-2. I think England will score first.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Because I can see England starting this game fast.
Right.
Really, really quick.
How important is that first goal?
Massive. In a World Cup semi-final, it's huge.
Yeah.
I can see England scoring first. I think England will win 3. I can see 3-2, but I can see it going to extra time. And I think they'll run out of gas.
Who will?
Argentina.
How important is Messi to them? I.e., if he has an off day, I can't see him having an off day, but is that the end of their chances, do you think?
Not the end, because you have got Martinez and Alvarez and players like that of good quality. I mean, Enzo Fernandez has been brilliant again this World Cup. But Messi's, for me, he's the heartbeat of that team. He's someone you can give the ball in any scenario and he'll look after it. He can create problems, he can score goals. He's, again, the greatest player we've ever seen, in my opinion. So if you shut him down, of course, that's half the battle. But still, they're so dangerous. And the thing you've got is that every single one of those Argentina players are working for him. They love him. They love playing for him because they believe that he can take them to where they want to get to. But again, if England play well and Argentina play well,
yeah,
I expect England to win. But if Argentina play well and Messi plays well like he played 5-6 years ago, then it's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah. What do you think the score be?
3-2.
3-2
in extra time.
To England.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 2-1 in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think you and I are going to a World Cup final on Sunday. Even saying that makes the hairs on my neck stand up. I'm very excited about it.
What do you mean there on it? Were they VIP us up?
Yeah.
Vipped up again?
Yeah.
There was a VIP, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
Just a VIP.
Yeah, don't push it. Just being there would be amazing. That's it. You've been listening to World Cup Game Day Live with me, Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent. And what a World Cup game day it's been as we build up to England against Argentina in the semi-finals of the World Cup here at Buddy's Bar in New York. You all right, Buddy's Bar? Very excited. Big thanks to Carl Walker for joining us today. We are back 4 p.m. tomorrow, where we will be celebrating England's first World Cup final since 1966. Buddy's Bar, I need your biggest come on England, all right, in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. Adrian Durham is up next, live from the Atlanta Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow at 4. Buddy's Bar, give it to me now. Come on, England! Come on, England! It's coming home. It's coming home, everyone. It's coming home.
Okay, you want to talk about Messi? Genuine question. Does Messi get in our team?
What do you mean?
Would you swap Bellingham for Messi?
Well, but he's not playing there.
Okay, would you swap Kane for Messi?
But he's not playing there.
Okay,
he's a right winger.
Okay, he might get in that position. But you wouldn't swap. You wouldn't swap Bellingham, would you? You wouldn't swap Bellingham for Messi. If I offered you the option now, Messi in, Bellingham out.
Okay, yeah, but you'd move him around, wouldn't you?
No, but if you just give you that a trade, you give them Bellingham, we get Messi. Would you do it? Nah. Would you? You unpatriotic swine.
I didn't say yes. I did say no. But you're asking.
Would you swap Kane for Messi? If that was on offer now, for this game,
a one-off game.
This game,
a one-off game.
This game on Wednesday night in Atlanta. I'll give you the opportunity to sub off Harry Kane from our starting lineup and bring in Lionel Messi. Do you do that? Absolutely not.
I think. Come on, mate.
Today,
come on.
Harry Kane is a better footballer than Messi today. I'm not saying legacy. Lionel Messi is the greatest.
Lionel Messi is the leading goal scorer.
Lionel Messi is the greatest footballer to have ever lived.